1 or 2 under through his first 5 holes, 6 holes maybe. And we get to that par 5, and he pulls his drive a little bit. And if you played the hole before, if you tug it a little bit left, especially if you hit it long, you can kind of get blocked by that little island of trees there. And so Matt tries to hit a shot that he, at the end of the day, with what I'm about to tell you, you probably would have tried something different. Bottom line, he ends up kind of pulling it. He makes a double on the hole. Okay, but that's not the story. The story is at the end of the day, to further the point, at the end of the day when we're done, 66, 6 under.
Light day.
6 under. And he's just like, what? I mean, you don't, if you're not in a game, in other words, if you're not something, going hole to hole, you don't even realize. That's how good they are, man. That's how good Matt is.
Light day.
Imagine playing golf with your buddy and he has a PGA Tour hole. He blisters a drive. He sticks one 8 feet. He rolls it end over end, dead center the whole way. That's like every hole for this guy. It's like,
I love when like for instance, like you or Matt, y'all hit a great shot and then y'all are upset at y'allself. Like, bruh, I wish I'm over there in the pond swimming right now.
Cuss bucket. I'm getting a text from my buddy Mark Casper, who was with Windsor and Julington for a long time, and he was at Windsor. He says, you can blame me for the 9s being switched, pace of play. So, yeah, they did switch them.
Shout out.
So I think what used to be 10, the par 5, is now 1. Is that how it works? Anyway, the story is, breaking news, the former PGA Tour pro, 2-time winner at Bay Hill. He's pretty good. He's pretty good at golf. Also got a guy pretty good at baseball in with us. Daniel Murphy, former National League Championship Series MVP. What a postseason Murphy had. My goodness, that was just unbelievable. Homered in 6 straight games? And both of them so good in talking sports and their sports in particular, and both their sports have interesting topics that we'll be banding about. Daniel Murphy, very good at baseball. The Atlanta Braves, not. And if you missed it yesterday, this is why you guys can trust me as the fearless leader of Braves Nation here locally. This is why I'll take the Southeast if they'll give it to me. This is why you can trust me. And I can't tell you who the top prospect is in single A. I'm not going to break down the roster of Gwinnett. I can tell you the top 10 prospects in the organization, whatever, but it's not about all that. It's about having your finger on the pulse of your franchise. I told you before, the latest bout now of terrible news. This team was cooked. They need a heart transplant. They're gonna have to reconfigure this offseason. And with all these guys now locked up long term, I don't know if it's going to be such a good strategy to have put yourself in. I don't know. We'll see. But a major overhaul is needed for the Braves. Chris Sale yesterday went to the 60-day injured list. Now, that's curious for a guy who, quote, fractured a rib. Oh, did he now? Same Chris Sale that won the Cy Young and then couldn't pitch an inning in the postseason last year. The same one that you got that you knew was fragile, handled with care. He's going to miss 60 days in the middle of a long summer that you're already out of it. Yeah. Surprised? Nah. Not surprised at all. This team showed me early they got no give a heck in them.
You called it a while ago, too.
I did, man. And it wasn't, yes, I was frustrated in what they were doing, but the biggest, I guess, frustration that boils the anger in me and puts the cuss bucket in jeopardy is just how heartless they've been since the first pitch of the year. Everyone deserves better than heartless. Oh, and they'll tell you they're not. That's baseball, long season. Murphy wouldn't subscribe to the heartless category. I'm telling you, as a fan who's watched way too many years of Braves baseball, that's a heartless bunch there, man. And they need a redo. And the problem is, to get where they've got, including some of these long-term deals, there's not much offense in that farm system. There's no percolating superstar that you're waiting to get up. Drake Baldwin was the last one, man. And he's up now and come back to earth. So there's nothing down there. How you redesign yourself. What, now suddenly you're going to go spend a lot of money and bring in guys when you let Freddie Freeman and Max Fried go for those same reasons? That's the sickening part. The Braves with Max Fried and Freddie Freeman right now would be just fine. Because not only are those guys great players, they're heart guys. We don't have any heart guys. Matt Olson, Austin Riley, Nice players. A lot of heart there, though. Oh, choir practice after the game, guys. So, yeah, just another. You lost at home to the Angels last night after you couldn't score a freaking run against the Phillies. So far out of it, but just to keep you lingerers there and not chalk up my perspective completely to pessimism, I've given you a reality check now for a couple of months. The Braves baseball season ended before it ever got going. I darn sure about ended it 7 games in. But I'd seen enough a while ago. You want to entertain that exercise and frustration? Meanwhile, I see the Marlins have won 8 in a row.
Yeah, we playing the Minnesota Twins right now.
Yeah, I see these other teams win 10 out of 12. This team stink it up. The No Hearts can't. They got shut out by the Angels 4-0 at home. Again, early in the game, second and third, no outs. Runner on third, no outs. It's just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous. So, just to further evidence of what I've already properly told you, just further evidence. This baseball season is crispier than those burgers you're going to overcook in 2 days.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, that's what we call in the business spitting facts, man. I love this part of the NBA season. If you're not, you got to kind of be a little bit more hardcore NBA. Really, whatever sport, you got to be a little more hardcore if you're really paying attention to free agency, especially outside of your team. But I'm just going to give you one kind of blanket statement of what I see has happened here already. And many of the big names, there'll still be some more. Yesterday, the Bucks released Dame Lillard, but then they went and got Miles Turner from the Pacers. The Bucks were just all over the map yesterday. The overall consensus is not smiling at Milwaukee for all the moves they've made. The East, though, is so up for grabs that everyone is trying to posture in position. That's my overall take. This Eastern Conference, everyone feels like if they make the right move, if they get the right guy, they have a chance. Even the lowly Atlanta Hawks, who were the 9 seed a year ago in the play-in, 40-42 like they are every year. But they get Porzingis. They get the wing from Minnesota, Walker. They get they draft Asa Newell. There's a lot of people that think the Hawks are now. They picked up a draft pick, unprotected, probably going to be a lottery pick next year from the Pelicans this offseason. So there's a lot. Luke Kennard, a shooter. I mean, there's a lot of thought that Atlanta is a team. And if a league is capable of suddenly welcoming Atlanta into the conversation of potential champions, and they were 40-42 last year, I think that pretty much tells you how wide open it is. I mean, that's probably as easy a way to say it. But, Boston's seen more departure than arrival. The Knicks are going to have to retool in some form or fashion and have seen departures already. The Pacers are absolutely cooked, man. Miles Turner going yesterday, that's a death blow. They're already without Halliburton all year, so the Pacers will be lucky to make the playoffs.
That was a big blow.
The Bucks, everyone's wondering, what are you doing? What is going on? Look, they just keep throwing the next guy to Giannis, trying to get him this next one. Now it's Miles Turner. It was Dame Lillard. It was, oh gosh, who they went and got there in like 20? Drew Holiday. It's just trying to hold on to Giannis. It feels like Giannis is going to end up somewhere else, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen now, sooner.
Before this happened. Now getting Miles Turner, maybe not, or is part of the plan for the Bucks. It's time to rebuild, blow it up and rebuild, and just see what kind of haul you can get for Giannis. The problem with Giannis is the trade partners involved. Can you get enough? That's the problem. Why do I think somehow that Giannis is going to end up in L.A. with Luka?
Ooh, call it.
Right now, if you're the Lakers, trade any and everything that you have to Milwaukee for Giannis. And or maybe do it next year, or whatever. Moving forward, that should be the play, the target. When you get rid of LeBron's trillionaire contract, just add Giannis's. I don't know. I don't know what the Lakers have to give, what they can offer, but I do know this. If the league says, that'd be great to get that star to L.A., seems like that's possible. Just a thought. All right, it's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. We got Get Smart John today. We got Matt Every in studio with us. We got the Murphy Power Hour. Daniel will join us as well. When we come back on the other side, so you're Rich Eisen, and you do a radio show, and you have Josh Hines Allen on Friday or whatever, and a large part of the conversation ultimately finds its way to Travis Hunter, and I played you some of those comments yesterday. Now Tony Khan has appeared on the Rich Eisen show, and guess what they talked about? Let's just take one more layer, one more step up. I guess we haven't heard officially from the Khan family's mouth their thoughts on Travis Hunter, the play for him, and can we derive how much influence and Tony Khan has by some of his answers? I think we'll approach it that way when we come back on the other side. Tony Khan yesterday on the Rich Eisen show, and his comments really almost exclusively about Travis Hunter, but we can dig into him just a little bit. Up and at him here. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. Like family, Beach Roast is there.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Give them 2 hours and they'll give you 3 unique takes on the sports stories of the day.
We love discussions.
Josie, Matt, and Leon are XL Prime Time.
And may the best man win.
2 to 4 weekdays.
Long story.
On 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer. Nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more, or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade. Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Hal Sutton when he famously said, "Be the right club today"? Well, that's what Coil Fencing delivers, the right fence today. And they've been delivering the right fencing for both commercial and residential properties for nearly 100 years. If you're in the market for a new fence, call Coil & Sons today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy. Why so glum?
Stinky ice cubes, Jason. It's all downhill from here.
What?
The tap water in my place smells kind of funky. Funky tap water makes funky ice cubes. I meet a nice girl, invite her back to my place for a cocktail, and blow my whole romantic gesture with a mojito that smells like dog's feet.
Wait, I can totally make you way cooler.
I'm not taking your charity ice cubes, Jason. I have my pride.
Your pride is safe. Our plumbers can be at your house the day you call and install a whole home water purification system. Water tastes better, dishes come out cleaner, even your hair feels better after you shower.
Ooh, the ladies love a man with soft hair, don't they, Jason?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend every day worried about the water in your own home, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL's running game takes a giant step forward.
Well, Fred Taylor is the whole package.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
Hey, poker players, Christmas in July is back at Best Bet, along with daily high hand promotions. This month, get ready to cash in on over $700,000 in high hands at all Best Bet locations, and ride the waves into Best Bet St. Augustine for chances to ride away on a Yamaha Wave Runner. From table games to tournaments, Best Bet has a spot for everyone. Visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com for all the exciting details.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit BarrOrthopedics.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
In the night, I hear him talk. The coldest story ever told. Coldest story somewhere ever told. Far along this probably road, somewhere around my block. Soul, to a woman so heartless.
It's the Braves theme song. It's a walkout song.
How could you be so heartless?
I see what you did there. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Atlanta Braves. A couple things here. First, from the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Are we going to be on the honor system? So when you're in traffic and some idiot cuts you off and you cuss at him for 30 straight seconds, is that going to be like a $50 bill trip home?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, the honor system. That's the whole idea. Listen, if you could, excuse me, if you can conquer those times where no one can hear you, it's going to be a lot easier when they can, E.
Absolutely.
So, yes, that's going to be the idea. What is it they say it takes to form a new habit?
Oh, 30 days, 30 days,
yeah.
90 days of lifestyle.
Okay.
Think.
Let's just start with 30. I think it'll make for a better, cleaner Jacksonville, at least if you're within earshot of me. And then the second thing is, wait, what now? You're gonna get to Tony Khan on Travis Hunter, but so I also get this on the text line because as to say it colloquially, I ain't dug that deep. But I get this text. Right now, Atlanta is the betting odds favorite to land Giannis. What? Hold on now. Is it time that I become Jacksonville's only Atlanta Hawks fan again? I got my Hawk Guggen brother. I feel you. He's a bigger Hawks fan than I am. There's two of us I know for sure. Cowboy Ron will jump in there as a number 3. But if the Hawks got Giannis and paired him with Trey, buddy, you want to talk about going to immediately relevant, just from an interest standpoint, right, E?
Absolutely.
So here we are. This is hot off the presses. So I said, let's do a little digging here, shall we? Sporting news. Headline, Hawks' sneaky moves make them a dark horse Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. Sports Illustrated, the Hawks have put themselves in a prime position to land Giannis. Yeah, I'm going to click on the one that has me in prime position. What do we got here? Now, the Hawks have, look, they've put together, I guess, if they are playing chess, ET, to use that metaphor again, and these moves they've made and trade exceptions that they've gained and salary that they've dispersed, if they've got themselves in a position to go get Giannis, woo. All right, here's what they write. Y'all going to have to live through my Hawks love here for a minute. So a week after trading for Kristaps Porzingis, drafting Asa Newell, they got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 4 years, $62 million. They got Luke Kennard, 1-year deal. But they also got that unprotected first-round pick from the Pelicans on draft night. That was like the story of draft night, how Atlanta actually fleeced someone rather than the other way around. And they moved down 10 spots. They still got Asa Newell from Georgia, and they have the Pelicans' unprotected pick next year, which is likely going to be a draft pick because the Pelicans are, checks notes, terrible. Well, with the Eastern Conference right now under this shroud of injury, Tatum in Boston, Halliburton in Indiana, the East is there for the taking, and the Hawks look like they're going to try and make moves and get in position to contend. Here is just some of what's been said lately. This is ESPN's Tim Bontemps when giving free agency winners and losers. Winner Hawks. This is a team I think is now top 4 in the East. Better than the Celtics. Better than the Bucks. What? So after being the talk of the NBA on Monday, the Bucks shocked the world yesterday. They signed center Miles Turner away from Indiana and then shocked it further when they released Damian Lillard. Turner, a good move, made him better, but now the backcourt is still an issue, and Giannis has been the focus of heavy trade speculation heading into the summer. Seemed to cool down, and he would stay with the Bucks. There has been no report suggesting he wants out, but if it's going to get to that point, there are only a few teams that have the assets to give Milwaukee what they would want, right? What we were talking about before. How do you get what's fair for a guy like Giannis? You never do, but what's the most you can get? So teams like Houston and San Antonio, who have been mentioned as, potential trade packages for Antetokounmpo, they may have some resources, but then it's probably Atlanta has the most. So we'll see just what they do. They've got a good roster now that they've they can make a deal for Antetokounmpo that wouldn't gut their roster and still keep them among the top teams in the Eastern Conference. Give up Jalen Johnson, you give up that 2026 pick and some more, that top 10 pick next year. Maybe Risache, last year's number 1 pick. I don't know. We'll see. Something to keep, at least something for me to keep my eyes on, right? All right, let's talk a little ball here. We'll come back with a football fix. We're going to motor along here. I have a feeling this is going to be a fast-moving Wednesday. Tony Khan was on the Rich Eisen show yesterday. So we listen. We've heard all levels of discussion when it comes to Travis Hunter. We've heard from Tony. We've heard from James Gladstone. We've heard from Liam Cohen. We've heard from the defensive coordinator. We've heard from his offensive teammates. We've heard from his defensive teammates. Maybe except just some small comments right around the draft. Haven't heard a lot from the Khans themselves, and Tony Khan, who, as the years go on, is positioned more and more to ultimately be the top of the chain here for the Jaguars franchise. Here he is reliving draft night.
Well in advance, and it really speaks to the preparation. I think James Gladstone, Liam Cohen, Tony Baselli, we have a great football leadership and really, really a lot of great communication. This was something that James and the team had been talking about for a long time. Mm-hmm. To me, I really think it's just brilliant. As an analytics person and working in football analytics, Travis Hunter had some of the most impressive statistics on both sides of the ball, and to be able to bring in somebody that can add so much value to the team on both sides of the ball, and with the great plan that Liam has to use Travis I just think he's going to be so great. He's also a great human being, and James believes in doing that kind of work. We had really a lot of great communication well in advance about it. They had made the deal in advance, and barring anything unforeseen with the number 1 pick, this was going to happen. And I just think for a person who's a first-year general manager, James had great composure and a great plan, and it was very impressive.
All right, he mentioned the analytics there. That's really where Tony Khan grew up in football, his love of the analytics. I'm sure, like anyone and anything, it's gotten fine-tuned and more precise. So listen, this analytics hasn't hasn't gone without some huge uh-ohs. I remember famously way back in the beginning as analytics were just getting going, and Tony Khan was a more of a minor role, at least publicly within the organization. But he unleashed the stat on Blaine Gabbert when he has X amount of time. He's like the top 3 quarterback in the league, and completely overlooking the other part. Blaine Gabbert's not a good quarterback. So analytics, it can be dicey, I guess, at times. What about the analytics factor, more specifically when it came to drafting Hunter?
Like I said, James had great points about Travis being somebody who would be a difference maker on both sides of the ball that could contribute as a top receiver and as a top corner. And for us, I think Liam's got a great plan to integrate him. And knowing that going into the draft and realizing if you're going to try to account for the trade value of a player, this is a very unique situation. You're not accumulating, is exactly what you said, Rich. You're not just looking at the trade value of a top receiver or a top corner. You're looking at both. And for the way Liam plans to involve him, I think it made a lot of sense. And certainly from an analytics standpoint, I thought it was a great move. And I'm very excited about Travis Hunter in Jacksonville, and I think all the fans are. It's going to be great for the Jaguars.
This is Tony Khan on with Rich Eisen yesterday. And so, listen, they're kind of tight-lipped. I can give you the answer. Rich Eisen can ask me, what are the plans for Liam Cohen in using Travis Hunter? I can tell you what the plans are. He's a starting receiver, and he's going to be on the field a lot on defense. There's your answer. Again, I'm just going to keep, every time the topic comes up, it'll only come up another 1,000 times between now and the opener. I want to see Travis Hunter start on both sides, game 1.
Yeah.
Just throw him out there. They'll go out there nickel and let him be a starter on both sides of the ball in game 1.
I'm going to throw something out there, too.
All right.
First touchdown of the season, first interception of the season, Travis Hunter.
Yeah, double that up, too. Let's do it in week 1. Let's blow out the Panthers and get going. Send the Sleep.
This will be the game to do it?
Yeah, send the Sleep Stack home unhappy. That should be the goal there. All right, but anyway, they've been tight-lipped exactly what's going to happen. At least see what Tony Khan has to say as to what he feels Liam Cohen's plans for Travis Hunter will be.
I think he's been super open about it, that Liam plans to involve Travis on offense and defense. I think in our offseason activities already early in minicamp, and we've seen Travis work on both sides. And really, he's been very impressive on both sides. And it's very early, but a great group of coaches to work with on both sides of the ball. So we're really excited about it. And I think Liam's talked about it a good amount, that he really believes Travis can contribute on offense and defense.
That's fair. That is fair. I said tight-lipped. I meant more like for the specificity of it, right? Will he start? Like, okay, well, here's a question. Will Travis Hunter be a starting cornerback and starting receiver? Right? They said we're going to start him at receiver, right? That's got to digest the playbook, and they have been open. We've seen him on both sides. We all know he's going to play both ways. You don't make that deal if he doesn't. But I guess it's that specificity that people want to know more. Is this guy a two-way starter? I mean, is he going to run at it and here's the question. If he's one of the top 2 cornerbacks on the team, shouldn't he be? If Travis Hunter is your best cornerback, I mean, odds are, gang, he is. Tyson Campbell's shown glimpses. He was a nice top of the second round pick. This dude won the Heisman. He was the number 2 overall pick. I'm guessing he's the best cornerback on your roster. Hey, he's might be your best receiver. I don't know. Brian Thomas Jr. has certainly put a lock on what that is right now as we sit here. But he's fairly obviously one of your top 2 receivers. We're not good enough to not play our best player at a position. So his energy better be good. His intangibles better be great. I mean, I'll give him a breather every other defensive possession and then maybe sit out a play or 2 on the offense. I have a feeling he can hold up, like at least cardiovascularly, like strength-wise. It's not like, oh, my gosh, we've used him the first 3 quarters. He's dead now in the 4th. Not right out of the gates here early in the career. What about you, E?
I'm with you.
I think he can handle all that load. And so, again, I think sometimes, man, we try and – are we overthinking this?
We might be.
We might be. If this dude is one of the top 2 corners on the team, he needs to start at corner, man.
No, just think about it. At the college level, college is kind of like the pros, and they take those boys through the ringer, man. Like I think he's primed, and let's see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, earlier better than later. Let's go. Again, I think I don't want to keep repeating it over and over. At the end of the day, we're a 4-13 football team whose defense and pass defense last year was atrocious. And if Travis Hunter is the best cornerback on the roster, and I bet you he is, I mean, every single one of us would take him over any other cornerback on this roster. If he's your best cornerback, can you afford not to start him and play him all the time? And then maybe do it the first 2 weeks. How we doing, bub? We all right? Yeah, dog, I'm going fishing. And I'm going dancing, and I'm going to go over here and play T-ball with this group of kids in my neighborhood, man. We'll see. Let's come back with a football fix. Up and rolling here on going to be a fun Beach Trust Plumbing Wednesday. Man, it was a disastrous day at Wimbledon yesterday, man. Top seeds were just getting swatted left and right. I'll update you at least on the big names that are gone. We'll tee up a football fix. We've got Get Smart John next hour. We got Matt Every in studio with us today. Daniel Murphy will join us in studio for the Murphy Power Hour. All that and more as we get you over the hump and towards, it's a short week, really. It's kind of a hump day Thursday in that regard. We've got the 4th of July holiday coming up on Friday as well. So here we are, and we're back with more next on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Shane Bonds, 8-3, 4.37 ERA, $1.72 favorite as the Rays host the Athletics at Steinbrenner Field today, where the total is 8.5 over. Jeffrey Springs gets to start for the Athletics. Didier Fuentes on the hill for the Atlanta Braves, looking for his first win. He's a $1.64 favorite against Tyler Anderson of the Angels, plus 134, 9.5 flat the total. Shane Van Gisbergen, the plus 185 favorite with the NASCAR Cup Series race on the streets of Chicago on Sunday. Ben Griffin, 14-1 to win the John Deere Classic at TPC Deere Run outside of Chicago. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
When your plumbing backs up, your septic's acting shady, or your AC quits on a 95-degree day, who are you going to call? Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Don't take just our word for it. Here's what real customers are saying about their experience with our company.
Megan in the office was so helpful and polite. Scheduling was easy, and the tech showed up right on time.
From plumbing and septic to air conditioning, we do it all. Call 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Here's Linda Beaver.
The dog days of summer are here, and so are the hottest deals of the year. Whether you're hauling down the street, cruising on the beach, or just escaping the heat, we have the ride you're looking for and the wow you experience you deserve. Save big on select models with sizzling summer savings, low financing, and limited time bonus cash on all trades. So don't sweat it. Come beat the heat at Beaver Automotive, where the summer deals will wow you.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at Goosehead.com.
1010XL is a proud supporter of this year's Circle K Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament, the largest fundraiser for marine charities. To join the fun July 10th through 19th at the Jim King Park and Boat Ramp, go to kingfishtournament.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
All aboard! The Combine, Free Agency, the Draft. Here we go! Ride the off-season like a locomotive with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Might want to buckle up, baby.
AA Automotive on Richard Street. Family run since 1954.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. Hurricanes happen in Florida. That's not news. But what happens even more often than hurricanes are home break-ins. And if security is important to you, you might want to look into hurricane-rated impact windows.
What you may not know is that hurricane-rated impact windows not only help protect your home in case of a hurricane, but they also offer another level of security for your home.
Have you seen those videos on YouTube that show people trying to break through an impact window? A thief is way too lazy to spend his energy trying to break through one of our impact windows. That's why he doesn't have a real job like you. He'd rather break your non-impact window while you're at work. Window World has high-quality, very affordable hurricane-rated impact windows to help protect your home from hurricanes and from lazy thieves.
Call us today at 904-443-7001. Get a free estimate and see for yourself. You save energy, get more security, and the windows add value to your home. With all Window World windows, you get the best guarantee in the window replacement business.
Window World,
simply the best for less.
And thank you for your business.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and the 4th of July weekend is upon us. And I know what you're thinking. I can't start Awaken 180 weight loss because I want to eat on that long weekend. Well, guess what? You can eat hamburgers on Awaken 180 weight loss. You can eat chicken, steak, or pork, too. You can even eat lobster because you're eating real food and losing weight. More important, it's fast, easy, and safe. No chemicals in your body, no counting calories or points, or any other fad diet. I can't stress this enough. You eat real food every single day. You know what else you're doing while losing weight with Awaken 180? Eliminating pain, fitting into clothes you haven't worn in years, sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed and energized. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180, and Hacker lost more than 110. You can lose whatever you want. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely by eating real food every single day. Awaken 180 weight loss is the clear path to success without disappointment. Give them a call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Here, like we're at a club. Yeah. Honor system. Caught myself. Right. Caught myself.
I did it. I was running down the hall.
I heard you. I said, bucket. I thought you thought I might be saying the word that would put me in the bucket twice, if you know what I'm saying. Welcome back, gang. It is a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. Like Family Beach Roast is there, but maybe you got a project, a kitchen or bathroom project, and Beach Roast and that team there get you going there as well. Hiring commercial plumbers. It's Beach Roast Plumbing and beachroastplumbing.com. Not a good day for the Americans yesterday. The American women, the gals, not good on grass at Wimbledon. We'll start with the number 2 seed, Coco Gauff. Upset in round 1 by a girl that she had beaten, I think, four or five times. She was 4-5-0 against Diana Yastremska of the Ukraine. The number 2 ranked Gauff, mistake after mistake. I actually settled in and watched this. Really, she let she was getting crushed in the first set. It was 5-1 or 5-2. She stormed all the way back, forced a tiebreaker. But then kind of got blitzed rather in the tiebreak, and then she got hammered in the second set, and so she loses 7-6, 6-1 by the unseeded Diana Yastremska. Meanwhile, The number 3 seed is also an American, Jessica Pegula. She goes out day 2 of the tournament. It's the first women's major in the Open era in which 2 of the top 3 seeds lost their opening matches. Just a little more than 3 weeks ago that Coco Gauff was celebrating her second Grand Slam title. She won on the red clay of Roland Garros and beat Aryna Sabalenka, the number 1 seed in the final. Gauff has, a U.S. Open title already under her belt. She is certainly the face of American women's tennis. Pegula has had a nice run, but I think she's 31 years old, which is, super ancient when it comes to women's tennis. So, that's the story at Wimbledon. And we also saw the number 3 seed on the men's side go down yesterday. And Novak Djokovic on the other side was a winner as he continues to just not just chase history, to put more of his mark on tennis history. All right, fire up the band, ET. We've got a football fix. I want to get us on schedule for the 7 o'clock hour. We'll have Get Smart John in the 7. We will have the Matt Every arrival coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. We got Daniel Murphy in studio with us as well. All right, here we go. Here's some of the news and notes around the National Football League. Darren Waller is unretiring. I don't know. I'll take a wait and see. I guess Waller is probably in his early 30s right now. He's an old 30. My man's had a hard life, Darren Waller.
Yeah.
Between well-documented public drug issues that he overcame to injuries when he was in the league. But, man, there for a spell, he was as good as anybody at the position, wasn't he?
Oh, he was. Wasn't he also married to the WNBA?
Was it Kelsey Plum? Is that who it was?
Yeah.
I think he I don't know if admits is the right word, but I think he's public about some mental health issues as well with Darren Waller. One of the league's best tight ends, though, in 2019 and 2020. Had almost 200 catches for over 2,300 yards and 12 touchdowns for the Raiders. They gave him a big 3-year, $51 million extension just a couple years ago, 2022, but then traded him to the Giants. And then Waller announced his retirement after just 1 season in New York. So the Dolphins actually are sending a 6th-rounder to the Giants to get him off that unretired list. Waller says he misses football, coming back for the, quote, love of the game. So we shall see. I don't know what's going on in Miami. They sent 3-time All-Pro corner Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith to the Steelers on Monday. But they got Minkah Fitzpatrick, and now they'll pick up Darren Waller to fill that Jonnu Smith role. We'll see if that's enough. Stadiums are certainly a buzzword around the NFL. No one knows that more than we do. But the Bills have one in construction. The Panthers need one. The Titans is the Titans construction underway? I know the Titans have one coming. Chicago and the future of their stadium is still a topic. And there's also now funding approved for a new home for the Browns. Or at least new funds for the Browns Stadium. The governor's signing a 2-year, $60 billion budget, and they're giving $600 million in unclaimed funds for a new Cleveland Browns stadium. So more than just renovations. The Haslam Sports Group, that's the owner of the Browns, requesting that the state help build the $2.4 billion domed stadium in the suburbs south of Cleveland. So going to get that lake effect and that outdoor. Boy, that's Cleveland football, man. Can you have a dog pound if you're indoors? Won't feel the same, man. It's supposed to be snowing, brutal cold, and the Browns are supposed to be losing, and some dude's supposed to have on a big rubber hound dog mask. That's how Cleveland Browns football is supposed to be played. Anyway, this proposal to build the Dome Stadium, the governor had proposed doubling taxes on sports betting to help the Browns, as well as the Bengals and other teams that might seek facility upgrades. But the legislature used some of that $4.8 billion in unclaimed funds and said, hey, here's an idea to you states out there, or Governor DeSantis, if you're listening. If y'all find $4.8 billion in unclaimed funds, can you maybe just do a head count here and just send it back to us? Just a thought. How many millions live in Florida, I wonder? If we had $5 billion to split amongst us and every legal adult in Florida, or even if they were here during the unclaimed fund time period, how much money will we be getting? We told you how much $1 billion is. Can we all
I'd
get
be good with whatever.
Can we all get $1 million out of that? I'm saying. What's 4.8? What's $5 billion? How many? Google machine me. What's Florida's population? Let me guess what the population is in Florida. I'm going to guess it's like 12, 15. I guess it's like 22 million.
Ooh. According to Google, Florida's population is 23 million.
That's a really good guess. I think we're getting ready for Get Smart John, buddy. I would get it within a year. So 23 million. All right, divided by 4.8 billion. Got a calculator for me? 4 comma 000 comma 000 comma 000 divided by 23 million.
Oh, wait. What divided by 23 million?
Yeah, 4.8 billion, which is 4 comma 0 zeros, 9 zeros. Actually 5. We'll do 4.8. That's fine. This is Ohio's unclaimed. I mean, how much unclaimed must we have? We're Florida, for Pete's sake. Everyone leaves their wallet at the beach. 4.8 billion divided by 23 million. How much money could we all get? And that's every citizen of Florida, by the way. We're giving the newborns a cut of this. He's battling in there. Man, calculator. That's all we need. He can't do it.
208 million.
That's 208 million a person. Think about that. Hey, Ohio. That's 208 million, Ohio, that you guys just claim for yourselves. What is that? Unclaimed funds.
I just put it in Google.
This is where the civics experts out there are going to start sending me the text. Well, unclaimed funds, technically, by the Constitution. I want my 2.08 mil, baby. Back with the 7 o'clock hour. That's the Football Fix, brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks and the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. It is a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday on 1010XL.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Some people call it X. What? Some still call it Twitter. Okay, I got it. Whatever you call it, it's the best place for up-to-the-minute Jags coverage from 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents. Look no further, though, than I-9 Sports, covering Duval, St. John's, and Clay to get your youngster in the game. Summer and fall registration open right now for flag football, soccer, t-ball, and basketball. Plus, girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows. Fields and gyms all over the First Coast. And the best thing is, I-9 Sports offers sports year-round, so kids can always find something to do. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
It's the blog players put their pads on for.
So we got to bring my thoughts and observations on our home team. That's what I share with you every week on my blog.
Roland Reach Plumbing brings you Hayes Blog on 1010XL.com. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Maxed out on credit card, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 five-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
Your shrimp
The playoff-bound Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are in full swing at the newly renovated VyStar Ballpark. Your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game and kids round the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Pick it here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jack's Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Loan Pronto. Jaguar exec Tony Khan joined the Rich Eisen Show and broke down the bold move to trade up for Travis Hunter, calling him a rare two-way talent.
Really a lot of great communication. This was something that James and the team had been talking about for a long time.
Meanwhile, Josh Hines-Allen echoed the high expectations under Jacksonville's new leadership during his FS1 appearance, saying the energy shift is real.
Training camp is going to be huge. I think this is a big year for us, and we can capitalize off this opportunity, man. I don't think we're far away.
Our sports scene across the state, the Rays fell in extra innings to the A's, while the Marlins stayed red hot, blanking the Twins 2-0 to stretch their win streak to 8, just one shy of the club record. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:03, it's 75 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hey, are you a math whiz? Sure you are. Let's do some addition. 1 daddy plus 1 daddy equals 2 daddies.
My bad, y'all. Dang.
Well, nobody can screw you up and send you into early retirement like your friends here at the Drill. Dan Hicken in the Give Back years ago, rather than to give to GM, said he could give every citizen like $1 billion, which was way off.
My bad.
It's like $10. So yeah, if they gave out that $5 billion and unclaimed to us $23 million, we'd all get $200. So yeah, just go ahead and keep it. Maybe do my yard or something.
Bump Matt, I want my 200.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. That seemed too good to be true.
I know, right?
$1 billion was supposed to be so much, man, huh? What's that all about?
When you divided about 23 million people.
They're coming at us too, right?
Yeah,
those text lines, they don't miss a thing, do they, huh?
They don't miss nothing.
That's the damn math majors from Harvard and Princeton out there. They came back quick on that one.
My bad,
yeah, y'all can keep our money. I guess the long story short is y'all just go ahead and keep our cash. We're fine. Matt Every is in studio with us. He has shown up all ragabund up. How you doing?
Great. I don't know what you were talking about, but E, do you know what the difference between a million and a billion is? I'll save you. It's about $1 billion.
we've done this a handful of times.
I like that. Very well played, friend. But now we got a disclaimer here. I got to be careful here. I feel like I'm kind of herding cattle now a little bit. Matt has come in under the influence of steroids this morning.
Yes.
Just flat out.
I've had this cough for
Bruce
the last
Banner on us or
for the last 3 days. I guess there's something going around. It's the only thing I got, but I got a steroid yesterday, and I took my first dose like probably around noon.
Yeah. And
I was fired up,
you
man.
lifted weights,
yes.
fired up the chainsaw, smoked a cigar.
Now I know why they tell you not to take it at night. Yeah. But
I don't like this.
When Murph gets in here later and we start talking about youth baseball, you might want to tune in.
Listen, there's a bunch of them out there. We've all been there, done that, and some of us will do it again. And
you're going to do it again, dude.
Yeah, it's coming. That's what I said. Some of us will be doing it again.
Yeah.
Nice young.
We were just talking about
I'm a young pawpaw, E. I'm a young pawpaw.
You are.
That's right. So we're going to have.
How old is your oldest grandchild?
I only have
you
one.
Have one.
Yeah, he's 2.5.
Okay, so like 4 years, you'll be in.
Oh, he's right. Yeah, he's already a mile a minute. But yeah, as far as organized sports, I don't know. You try not to. I think he's super coordinated. We'll probably do that soccer. With 3.5. Let him run around just to see what that's all about, and then take a pass and then go back in. 5 or 6. I think my boys did. Is T-ball 5 or is that 6? I think we started at 5 for some reason in baseball, but it may have been 6. I don't know. About the same, right? Difference in 5 and 6.
I don't even want to go down this slope because I feel like we're wasting material for later.
Oh, I got you. Well, then we'll go. Let's go ahead.
All right.
Let's go ahead and table it. How's your work going?
It's great, man. Working this week. The Deer.
Okay.
Starting tomorrow. Got it. We're getting ready to get into the playoffs here. So got that coming up, and then some big stuff. Real big stuff for me later this year, but I can't really say anything.
Well, see, this is classic radio foible there.
Is it?
Yeah,
in the break.
You asked how it was going.
I got great stuff, but unfortunately, it's a secret. I'm not going to tell you.
There's something I want to tell you, but I can't tell you.
And then you put it in the trust and faith that he puts in me, E.T. That's what happens. When you have a cuss bucket, people trust you. See what happens?
You know.
Yeah, I do. I know what it is.
I know you know.
And so I get to sit here and, when did I go public with this? Answer 5 minutes after Matt leaves. No, seriously.
November.
When is this? November is
probably
nothing will be announced until November.
I have no clue.
Yeah,
dude.
but it's definitely done.
Yeah, I can't wait to get Murph in here. I
appreciate it. Good to see you too.
I was just watching the highlights of the baseball. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got pop quizzes today. I came in prepared.
Oh. Wow.
Actually, should we do it now? This pop quiz. All right. You fire it up. Fire it up. And you might have seen this, so you might need to lay out.
I love this.
Hold
on, let me.
But this is a basketball pop quiz, and that's why I want to do it now because I'm not sure.
You fancy me a basketball expert.
Well, you are.
Dr. Hoops. Some call me Dr. Hoops.
Okay. Well, what's his name?
Young Hooper.
Okay.
Yeah. Brawny. He's brawny.
Okay. The top 10 list of most ejected players in the NBA.
Oh, y'all can get this.
Top 10.
I'm gonna give you.
You're gonna put an over under. What are we doing?
Let's do an over under. Okay. I'm gonna do it at 7.5.
Yeah, you can do this because we just did the technicals a couple of weeks ago.
But that was like over. That wasn't just. You said is it this year? You're saying?
No, all time.
Oh,
and
all
time. I'll give you another clue. We got
to go with
the 9th and 10th. Okay, so the least amount is 12.
Okay.
All right.
What's the most amount?
I'm gonna do some scrolling. It's a lot.
Wow.
The most 29.
Okay. This has been kicked out of a game.
Yes, and I would say this is after like. The oldest, so the oldest guy in this would be kind of like Lambier's era. Yeah,
So
he's not on the list, so that's why I use his name.
Good,
All right.
because you would want to put him on that
You
list.
would think he might be
I
on
think
it.
his former teammate Dennis Rodman has got to be on this list.
That would be incorrect.
Is that E.T.? Wait, hold on. We're kind of kicking it around to E. I'm saying E. Rodman's got to be on this list. No?
No.
Not 12 ejections for Rodman?
I mean, not on this
Wow.
list.
Okay.
Jeff, what do you think about this? This guy's always been getting kicked out.
Man, I'm reeling here. I can't believe Rodman's not on the top 10 ejections list.
What you think about Boogie Cousins, Jeff?
Oh, he got kicked out of a bunch too. I don't know about 12 though, man.
14 ejections.
There you go, Boogie Cousins.
For DeMarcus Cousins. We're on the board.
All right.
Draymond got it.
Draymond.
Draymond's on there. He has 23s in second place.
Okay.
All time. 6 behind the leader.
All-time leader has been kicked out of. Gosh, man, you remember like the visible blow-ups, but the guys who were just getting kicked out time after time after time.
Rasheed Wallace got to get.
Yeah, I was going to say him, Rasheed.
Yep, Rasheed. I think he's the leader at 29.
Is he really?
Yes. Yeah, 29 ejections for Rasheed Wallace.
How about man, the problem with this is they don't like to kick superstars out the game.
Yeah.
So this is more that B level guy.
There's a surprise on here for me.
Malone?
Nope.
No, wasn't he the tech list? I'm trying to read. Here's the problem. I'm trapped in our technicals list, and I'm having a hard time thinking.
I think Malone led the technicals list.
And he's not on the kicked out list.
That's crazy.
All right, we got to think of some just
The bad boys.
just nasty. What about Gary Payton?
Nope.
Nope.
What you think about like Matt Barnes?
Yes, 13.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good one. Dylan Brooks there yet?
Nope.
These are all new too.
What about Steven Jackson? Would he?
No.
Be? Okay.
Oh, Ron Artest.
Oh,
No.
What?
Wow.
No.
It's hard. Oh, what? Oh gosh, he was just there and he left my brain.
I like this.
Oh, guy was just there, man. It was just knocking on my brain and it went bye-bye. Ding dong ditched me, man. Gosh, I just had that guy there, man. All right, how about I'm drawing a blank now. Now I'm a nebulous
anything
mess of give me some hint. Just go with a couple of hints.
Okay.
Most ejections.
Neck tattoos.
Yeah, it's Michael Beasley.
No.
Is that no? I was gonna say Birdman, Chris.
He does have him, but he's not on there.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Well, that would be Kenyon Martin.
Oh yeah, Kenyon Martin. He was big on the tech list too.
Yeah, he was.
All right, I'll tell you this: Kenyon Martin and Reggie Miller are tied for ninth and 10th.
Reggie
at 12.
Reggie, see, there's a superstar they gave the heat.
Matt Barnes is 8th with 13.
Yeah.
You want me to keep going?
Sure.
All right, Shaq 7th with 14. Cousins 14. Anthony Mason 16.
Okay, yeah, he's a forgettable.
He's an enforcer.
Yeah, he's a forgettable enforcer.
Barkley.
What about Oakley?
Barkley 16.
What
no.
about Charles Oakley not on there either?
No. This one surprised me, and I think it's because he was a whiner more than anything. Dwight Howard 17. And then Draymond 23.
Draymond
29.
23. Yeah. Well, it shows you either how much you used to get away with.
There
back
were
in the
some
day.
names that you said though that shocked me that
Right,
were on that list.
you would think would be.
Yes.
Number one, Rodman, and I can just see him kicking photogs and walking off into the. So that one's. Yeah, it's hard to fancy a list of DQs, and it doesn't include Rodman.
Yeah,
and some of those other guys too. But that's probably not a list you want to be on.
I don't know. You want one of those guys on your team, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. You getting fired up for football? Where are you at right now? You taking like a little downer? Are we done with youth baseball right now? I hate to fire.
Yeah, for
By the way,
3
did
weeks.
the steroids lead you to the off the kilter athletes list?
No, that was last night.
All right, I was afraid you were like
prepping for the show.
Right, you were prepping. Matt Every's gonna be the first to be DQ'd from the drill.
Come on, no way.
We know better than that for sure. All right, well, we got Murphy in studio with us. We got Get Smart John coming up. We've got Jaguars talk. We got college football. Previews and preps and everything else. They continue to fly our way. Those conference media days are within a couple of weeks. So we'll certainly talk more golf than usual and pick Maddie's brain on that. We'll talk a lot of baseball when Daniel Murphy enters the program in a little bit as well. So we're up and going. It's a Beatros Plumbing Wednesday. Get Smart John is next.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
As we enter July, man, think about it. There is Gator football in August, 1 month away, in a way, and that's pretty cool stuff as we start to creep closer to the start of the season. And what a season it can be, what a season we hope it will be What a season will it be? We don't know. We do know it's an important year again for Billy Napier. And because he has DJ Lagway, a healthy DJ Lagway, I think the sky's the limit, but it could go south just as easily. I think this is a very good Florida football team. I think they finally have the same kind of talent that the other top SEC schools do. But will it be enough? Stay tuned. We're going to find out early. Miami, LSU, Texas A&M. What a stretch they have through September and October. For the Gators to be successful, they got to post some W's early and often.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
I suppose the most obvious question is, what is this? I believe it is our fate to be here. It is our destiny. It is
1010XL.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC expert, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Beard's Diamonds is where Jacksonville shops for engagement rings and fine diamond jewelry. Hicken here, Beard's Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center stands out in a big way. They're local. The owners are a part of our community. Say hi to the Lupos. For more than 40 years, by the way. Money spent at Beard's doesn't go to Wall Street and stays right here. The best part, you don't compromise on anything. Beard's has the best selection of diamonds in Northeast Florida, hands down. Beard's doesn't have to jack up prices to meet a corporate bottom line. Beard's doesn't have commission salespeople. They have trusted advisors. Beard's has all the top names in bridal jewelry like Decore, Veragio, and dozens more. Beard's guarantees to give you a better price, a better value, period. Listen, a lot of those chain jewelry stores are all owned by the same mega conglomerate. They have different names, but they are all the same owner. Beard's? No. Your locally owned alternative, beholden to the people of Jacksonville, not Wall Street. Don't buy a diamond ring or any piece of jewelry without talking to my friends at Beard's. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local, shop Beard's.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hacker here, and guess what my scale reads? 195 pounds. I'm shocked seeing that number, but it's there every month. The weight is staying off after dropping 122 pounds. Absolutely life-changing. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, Hicken here with a game changer. We've tested the field in Checkmate Coatings. That's the new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. The winner, hands down. Better play, better results. I'm talking about coatings. I'm talking about getting that garage of yours done. Oh, you'll be so glad you did. I'm talking about anything, though, that they can coat. They'll do the patio, the pool deck, the driveway. Yeah, Brendan, the owner of Checkmate Coatings, he'll sit there and he'll talk to you. He'll tell you all about what they put into those coatings, man, and you'll love it. True Jacksonville crew keeps the prices low, no massive overhead. Listen, slam dunk those floors of yours. Check them out at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmatecoatings.com. They're Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece. Da-da-da-da.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. Get summer ready with 25% off select Stanley drinkware. Get 20% off Igloo coolers and water bottles and select bog bags. Buy one, get one 50% off DSG coolers, canopies, chairs, and water bottles. $200 off Callaway AI smoke irons and TaylorMade QI10 drivers. These deals won't last. Stock up for summer now, in-store or online at Dicks.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
If you need a game plan for the weekend, I'll tell you my takes for some of the weekend's best options. 1010XL's Dan Hicken here. Watch for Musings with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook. Turned on by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
The SEC and the ACC will face off in Jacksonville at the 81st Taxslayer Gator Bowl game, December 27th at 7:30 p.m. Join us for Saturday Night Football in prime time at the bank. Preferred locations and pricing available now at TaxslayerGatorBowl.com.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
Life is just so busy this time of year. Between work, the kids' games, family vacations, I need a yard hero to free up my weekends.
You mean somebody who does mowing and trimming?
Yeah.
How about mosquito control?
Yeah.
What about irrigation and pet waste removal?
You do that too? You're my lawn hero.
Find your lawn hero at heroeslawncare.com. Heroes Lawn Care, because every lawn needs a hero.
David here with Royal Pest Services. It's back. Our summer Centricon Termite Special. New installs begin as low as $249. And if you have existing Centricon, but your renewal is through the roof, we can transfer you to Royal at no cost. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free estimate.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Get Smart John is polished up by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
All right, we are back on a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. Matty Every in studio with us. DT's there in the booth. He's just filling my cuss bucket every break. Here's what's happening. He's sprinting to his seat, filling the cuss bucket. Get Smart John is ready there on the hotline. All right. Morning, Johnny. How we doing?
Hello, Guggen. How are you?
I'm good.
John?
Good.
Matt's here
Morning,
with us. Yeah.
Yes, very good. So, first out of the gate, I do have a very special birthday shout out to Guggenella Corey Curran and message to her, the best is yet to come.
Well, okay.
Little
There you go.
inside information.
Sounds like John's going to, anyway.
Well,
yeah, I got
so
it.
your cuss bucket. So I have to share something with you. So Brian Mitchell, by the way, who's only second to Jerry Rice with all-purpose yards in the NFL.
It's a good stat. I like that drop in. That's a good one.
Yes, and we've had several conversations. So in his 10, 11 years with the Redskins, Joe Gibbs never cussed one time.
There you go. What a guy.
Wow.
But you think about a football coach, and of course, when you see who it is, Joe Gibbs, you can kind of say, well.
This is a self-challenge. I'm not turning my back on everybody that cusses. I'm not offended personally.
I'm just saying
start a bigger movement here. Yeah. The cuss bucket cult. Get them all together. We'll all in unison say, darn!
Yes.
Jeepers!
Dagnabbit!
So I don't want to jinx you. So the very first question last night, and typically the first one is a little bit of a softball, but quite a few people missed this.
Oh.
So
it's like you were dealing to a bunch of dummies. I love to say it, but if you say it after the question, how bold are you? So I'm just going to throw it out there.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, we hold that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Food and drinks.
Okay. All right.
What soft drink introduced in 1982 was the number 3 U.S. seller within 2 years?
Okay, Hold on. I think I'm going to get this. I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all are getting born about then, both of you? Is that where we're at?
So, okay.
What year were you?
Why is he saying number 3? Because Coke and Pepsi are...
They've always been 2. Not anymore. Pepsi's down to 4, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. It goes Coke, Dr. Pepper, and I think maybe Sprite. Somebody else just passed them.
Okay. I'm gonna throw out a wild card.
Okay, and I'm gonna filter it because I have what I think is the answer. I could
mellow
be
yellow.
Okay,
that's what I'm going with.
That was around longer than that. It never got to number 3, but it's not a terrible.
I just remember seeing on NASCARs.
I think okay, and I'm going to talk around this a little bit, or maybe I shouldn't. John, I think this is a soda that they released, and it was basically be considered maybe now like the forerunner of the energy drinks. And I think it was like so over caffeinated that
Cola.
They had to pull it off the market. It's not RC. RC's been around since the 40s.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's Jolt Cola. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No.
I've heard.
Can that be right? Could it be third?
He said it was a layup, and people missed it last night. Jolt Cola is not a layup.
Yeah, Jolt is not a layup. I've heard of it. It's not a layup, though.
I love this conversation. I love the way it's going.
Well, that means it's not Jolt. Wow. So this didn't. You're telling me this soft drink didn't come around until 1982. That's when it debuted.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yes. It's still extremely popular today.
When did Mountain Dew come around?
Yeah. Gosh, I would have thought it had been before that, but that's got to be.
I think that's it.
I think Mountain Dew's older than.
I think it's Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow, one or the other.
If it's popular today, it's got to be. If it's popular today, it's Dr. Pepper's older than that, right? It's probably Mountain Dew. You're probably right. Mountain Dew.
Diet Coke.
I don't like that.
That's a greasy question, John. Greasy question.
I see why the dummies missed it.
Yeah,
it's fine. Yeah.
Hey, Matt, you know what we do with that?
Yeah.
Clown question, bro.
Yeah,
that's a clown question, bro.
Okay.
It's too hard for us to if it's Coke, I don't care what kind. It's hard for us to not.
Right.
Yeah.
We do Coke.
Well, because some of us older people remember before Diet Coke there was Tab. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Tab.
okay.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Capitals. What is the capital of Belgium?
Brussels. Jeffrey.
Damn it, man.
Just waiting for a consensus now.
Just waiting on Jeff
It's
to
Brussels.
confirm.
Brussels. Brussels.
Yes.
Oh,
I had to resist the urge to be too smart for the question. I'm going to go Antwerp, John. Antwerp.
What's the only city you know in Belgium?
Antwerp's in Belgium.
Oh, it is?
I think, isn't it, John? Antwerp?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to be too smart for the question, and Antwerp popped into my mind.
Never even heard of
the
it.
Brussels sprouts.
Where
got
NATO headquarters is, and you got
there
you knew what NATO was.
That's why. That's why I'd heard it.
Yeah. Science.
Science.
What famous chemist died in 1934 from a blood disease almost certainly contracted by the effects of radiation exposure?
Nicholas Copernicus.
That sounds like maybe I'm terrible at these things too. It never grabbed my attention. I just studied for whatever I need to do to pass this week's test, and then it was gone forever.
Plug and chug.
Is it like Salk maybe? Could it be like, didn't he a cancer? Like I'm thinking radiation, you're attacking. Let's go Salk. Jonas Salk. Louis Pasteur.
Marie Curie.
Marie Curie. That's one of them.
Jonas Salk was the polio vaccine.
Okay.
And they're off. Okay.
I watched the new Captain America yesterday, E.T.
How was it?
It was okay. It's a typical superhero movie, but there's another Hulk. The Red Hulk. Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah.
That's Harrison Ford. He busted out the Red Hulk.
Yep.
It's going to be Maddie here if we cross him.
Speaking of movies, Jeff, are you going to see the new Jurassic Park movie?
Yeah, it looks good.
When's that coming out?
Like today, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
I haven't been to a movie theater, though, in forever.
Same.
Especially for a blockbuster.
Music.
Manilow!
There you go. The dainty one.
Which member of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young is British?
Stills.
Stephen Stills, you think?
That's a wild guess.
It's not. I don't. Isn't it Young? Isn't it? No, he's. Let's go Nash. Nash sounds English. Nash.
Yes, Graham Nash.
Good get there.
Yeah. Graham Nash. If we heard the first names, we would have. By the time you said Graham, we would have said. Blurted it out.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Current events.
Okay.
145 young women were pricked with syringes at a recent music festival that took place in what country?
Spain. Spain?
That's what I'm going with. I mean, you have no clue, do you?
I saw the headline. I didn't
really?
read the story.
It feels like Australia.
Yeah, it feels like that's Australia. Why did you say Australia?
Okay, let's go with that.
Australia
Mine
popped
was
into my
a
head.
total guess.
Yeah, let's go Australia.
I just threw that out there.
I'm going to go Australia. That popped into my head for some reason.
France.
I was second, too.
Shush.
I was way closer.
My fine sir.
Scandals. During the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal, what was the name of the woman who tape recorded her conversations with Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah. Well, she was a looker, that one. I believe her name was Mrs. Doubtfire. No, her name was Linda Tripp.
Yes, very good.
Now I got to go.
You got to look her up, buddy. You look her up right now.
You know what? She kind of does look like a
sure.
drag.
She looks like that former whatever minister of whatever Biden had there. You know, the one who's used to be a guard in high school. You remember? You know the one I'm talking about, E?
Did you just see the picture?
Just see the picture.
There you go.
I think she died, didn't she?
Linda
Didn't she pass
Tripp?
away?
Yeah, probably.
God bless her soul.
Mrs. Doubtfire. She was a victim of a drive-by fruiting.
Oh, my goodness.
You know you know.
Okay.
It was a drive-by fruity. I saw it.
There you go.
Government.
Okay. The gov.
Yes. Within
By the way, I've been sent a text, ET. I'm sorry. This is what we call this synergy in the morning program, but I've been sent a text. Join Florida's treasure hunt. 1 in 5 Floridians has unclaimed funds from a forgotten financial account.
We need that.
Search for unclaimed property. Click here.
We need.
I think I've done this before. This is a sucker bet. You're not going to find anything.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
You had some fun you've been contributing to all of these years you don't know? I don't have enough money to pay the bills. You think I got to go into a fund? Stay full fund.
Within 5, either way. How many member nations are there in the United Nations?
I have no idea, bro.
5.
It's probably like...
It's a big number if it's within
like,
5.
It's like... United Nations. I don't know who's in that, bro. That's not NATO, right? That's the United Nations. Is everybody? You're getting all the Arab countries. They're all in there. So I'm going to say it's like
in 30s
they don't let
40s,
everyone in.
30s or 40s.
I think it's more.
Really?
1, 2, 3. What do we got in Europe? Probably between. Yeah, probably. Let's go. We'll go 45. 45.
193.
I was going to say 70 something. We're way low. So that's basically everyone, but Russia, North Korea.
This is a low rent effort we're giving today.
I don't care. Yeah. My care level's so low right now. I'm just happy.
It was really, John, it was really the first question.
It was the first one. The Diet Coke just threw everything off. Poisoned the system.
Okay.
It was the drive-by fruity.
We got a lot going here. We're not that bad. Let's finish strong. We're hitting, 900.
I wonder if Hick would have gotten that.
When did Hick get yet? I don't know. You got to come.
No, I'm not. I'm just happy.
I know he's riding in the car right now. I know Hicks. I think in the car on the way to the airport, which means I'm sure he's listening, and he would have texted the answer if he knew.
Okay.
He would have done me. He would have done me a solid and said,
okay.
And I would have said, "Hey, this is from Hick, and this counts." That's how that would have worked.
Oh.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. History. The Civil War battle called Manassas by the South was called what by the North?
Oh man, I think
chance on this.
Do you remember the Seinfeld episode where George stopped fooling around and he became super, super smart? And then so it basically became, if he had sex, he was became super, super smart, right? And then ultimately had sex, he went back to being dumb again. I think having that effect on me. It's made me dumber. I think I almost need to cuss ET to release all the dumbness out of me, right? The low rent dumbness out of me, because I can't get the simplest questions right. All right, so Manassas is Virginia, right?
Yep.
That area. And which one called it Manassas? The North or the South?
No, the South. The South called it Manassas.
So let's go.
Called it what?
Man, I don't know. So this is where I'm about to throw like a Revolutionary War site at you. That's how off I am on this.
Let's go.
Let's go with the. I don't know what was what. That's going to be the Battle of Harper's Ferry.
I think that was actually prior to the Civil War.
Yeah, probably.
Bull Run.
I almost said that one. I thought that was before that. My dumb A thought Bull Run was out in the plains somewhere. That's how I roll.
I would have thought the same
Right. I thought Bull Run was like Oklahoma and, in a different set of circumstances.
Not running through the swamps in D.C.
Yeah. Mm.
So the hits keep on coming because your audio clue, as I typically do, Jeff, as you know, well, Matt, you too, when you're here, it's usually an older song, right?
Yeah.
Not today.
Yes.
Well, maybe E will know it then.
That's quite possible.
Okay.
E, if you would, please, sir.
I just woke up from a dream where you and I had to say goodbye.
I know who the artist is.
You do?
I've never heard the song, but
is it
Because
just the
it's
artist?
new.
Huh?
There are 2 artists in this, by the way.
Okay.
Wherever you go, that's where
This one's got to be Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars is one. That's correct. So you got one.
Well, is the other one sang it?
Oh, that's the Bruno part there. Did you know it, E?
I did.
Okay, well, then we get the answer correct.
It's a good song.
It's one of the hot young pop star girls, isn't it, E?
Yep.
Yeah,
Very
it's like the one that licked the donut. What's her name? Ariana Grande. It's like that level, E?
Yeah. It's like,
Is it, I don't know. I don't know who sings it, but E knows. So just tell us, and let's get another question.
That's Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars.
Okay, Lady Gaga. Wow.
Okay.
Die with a smile.
I would have gotten that if I could have heard Lady Gaga sing.
Is Bruno ever going to get out of debt enough that we see him in public?
I know, right?
I feel like that guy's in a bunker in some Vegas hotel somewhere. Just,
You're not done performing
going
yet,
another
boys.
million on red,
Good job. Okay. Yeah, catchy tune, though. I like it.
Yeah, Bruno.
I don't like a lot of modern stuff.
There's not a lot of modern acts that I would like to go see or would travel to go see. I think Bruno's one of those.
Oasis getting back together. First show in I want to say 16 or 17 years, starting on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was Oasis? Were they rock?
They were the definition of rock and roll.
Yeah.
The last real rock and roll band, to be honest.
Wow, look at you coming hard today this morning. Give me an Oasis song. Which one would I know?
I mean, you would know this isn't their sound at all, but Wonderwall you would know.
Yeah, I don't know the
Champagne
title.
For sure.
Supernova. Yeah. But those they are a guitar upper. They're an upper band. Those two songs they're known for are kind of
like the
slower.
Yeah.
But
I got
but
okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of Oasis. I'm sure I would have, like I said, I've said a million times, not a huge music guy. I like music, but
I'm going to see him.
You are?
Yeah.
Of course you are. Excited about it.
Pumped.
Where is it?
Rose Bowl. I'm going to see.
Wow, you're all the way, that's how much. Huh?
Well, they had 4 locations in North America.
When is it?
September something.
Okay, look at you.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Sorry, John.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just thinking the very first concert I went to back in high school was Foreigner, and a Canadian singer who was unknown, nobody knew who he was, opened for him, Bryan Adams.
Wow. Yeah.
That was right before he got really popular.
Yeah.
No, seriously, right? That was right before Bryan Adams took off, early 80s, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
You're 70s grad, aren't you?
79, yes.
Yeah. Bryan Adams maybe had it was starting to get good, but really early 80s when he busted out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you look at the 70s in music, the early 70s was so much about anti-war music, and then by the end of the 70s, it was disco. You talk about, wow, what an evolution in music.
Yeah.
So, science.
We call that drugs, John.
Yeah, okay. That could have been an influence, too. Retinol is another name for what vitamin? A, B6, E, or K?
It's which one is good for your eyesight?
That's what I was thinking.
Because that's what retinol, yeah. Or maybe that's skin, actually, retin. Skin,
My guess is the one.
I don't think
the
it's
one with
eyesight. I think it's skin. I think it's.
I guess it's the one with the E in it.
Which one's good for your skin? Vitamin A, is that the one?
Vitamin D would be.
Yeah, I thought vitamin D was good.
Vitamin D is the one that's good for your skin?
Yeah, sunlight.
Was that one of the answers?
No.
No, A, B6, E, or K.
What'd you say
I would
about
say
E?
Yeah, we're going to go E.
That would be A.
Oh.
Well, Well, since you're on a roll, let's do another multiple choice. Okay. By the way, you know the Googans and Googanellas are just loving this.
Get him out of here!
Come on.
Get him out of here!
Come on.
We'll
come
get
on
just
now.
like... I'm just kidding.
Come on.
Oh, he almost got that. He
Whatever,
almost got that boot.
Oh,
Just
time
ask,
bucket. Time bucket.
hey, ask your questions, okay?
Okay. What was the first American car company to have a single model sell 5,000 units in 1 year? Ford, Oldsmobile, Studebaker, or Tucker?
I mean, there's only one answer here. We're going to miss. Everyone's going to giggle. Anybody in the world, if you ask that question to, would say Ford, 100%. But you're like, oh, I'm sorry, that was Tucker.
Studebaker.
That was Tucker, the one you never heard of.
Okay, so we just go with you, or are we going to discuss this one at all?
I'm going with Ford.
We're going Ford.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Studebaker.
That's later in the 50s, isn't it?
Y'all got it.
All right. What is the answer?
Oldsmobile.
Sure it is. Tucker. It's Tucker.
Oh, look, we have a sports question.
Good. All right. Bring it, tough guy.
Okay.
Man, it is hot as blazes in the studio, isn't it?
Oh. Who was the last full-time head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide football team just prior to Nick Saban?
Ooh.
What y'all got? Y'all need me?
The coach of the Crimson Tide before Nick Saban. Okay, so Saban, who was there?
I don't know what the timeline on Bama. They had it's probably Shula, isn't it? Because they got Tebow right there.
LSU, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Shula, man. Right, unless they had a guy for. Did they do
Saban? Did he go from the Dolphins to LSU or to Bama, or LSU to Bama?
Dolphins to
Wait,
Bama.
LSU, Dolphins, Bama.
Saban went there in the mid 2000, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
2007.
I think
it's
I think
Shula.
Shula.
Yeah, Shula.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mike Shula is correct. Okay, very good.
Good question there.
The one that could throw you off was that guy they hired for like half a minute, and he ended up in a Pensacola beachfront, with a.
Is that Mike Price?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With half the dancing community of the Panhandle.
Oof.
Yeah. Roll Tide. It's rolling, baby. Yes. Never been prouder.
Okay. Music.
Meadow.
What 90s R&B group proclaimed, "I like the way you work it, no diggity"?
I got
No
to bag
diggity.
it up.
That's isn't that Dr. Dre?
No.
No. Dr. Dre said that in the verse, but the R&B, that's Blackstreet.
Blackstreet, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I was just listening to that song yesterday.
That's like high school for us.
Like
No
the way
diggity.
you work is no diggity.
Don't think we haven't opened the show with that before.
Right?
Yep.
Now, we're hot
Cocktail.
right now.
Yep. Okay. What cocktail is made with vodka, coffee liqueur, and cream?
Oh, that's a
That's an Irish coffee, isn't it? No, that's whiskey.
ain't that an espresso?
What is it? I don't
Coffee,
put. I don't.
Vodka, coffee liqueur, and cream.
Ain't that like an espresso martini?
Is that not an Irish cream?
Yeah, you might be right.
Irish cream. No, that's whiskey.
Yeah,
and
it
I
might
don't
be
drink that
whiskey.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't drink it. I think it's a espresso martini.
Espresso. Oh, it's a dirty
Espresso martini.
Espresso martini. We'll go with that.
White Russian.
White Russian. That's easy. I think. Yeah,
Big
that's
Lebowski.
easy. Yeah. I never drank a white. I feel like if I went out for the evening and if I had one White Russian, I feel like I would throw up for the next 3 days.
It's very sweet.
It sounds so nasty.
That's jacking up my stomach.
It probably
appealing
tastes.
either.
No, it's too. Who would choose that? I guess
I
if you're
only
just going to
built with my
sip
liquor.
like one liqueur drink maybe at the end of the night, even. But no bueno. There was something in Puerto Rico. I don't know what it was, but you mixed it with milk. It was called 43.
Yeah.
What did I trace? If it's a liqueur.
In
But
Haiti, we have something similar to that too.
yeah, it was 43 in milk is what they called it. 43 y leche. Dame dos.
Caliente. Carabobo.
What 1955 novel by William Golding explores themes of civilization versus savagery among stranded boys.
Jeff.
I bet you wanted to read it in school. I know I did.
Everyone reads it.
Lord of the Flies.
I ain't got no chance.
Lord of the Flies. Correct.
That's one of the only good books that let you read. Other than that, it's the old boring classics. Get rid of them all, I say.
That's so fun. I'm living that right now.
Right. You want to sports. Yeah.
Who was the first left-handed golfer to win the Masters tournament at Augusta, Georgia?
Bubba? Oh, no.
Mike
I'm sorry,
Weir
Mike
won
Weir.
before him. I think it's. I can't think of any. The only lefty back in the day was Bob Charles, and
He
I don't
never
think
won
he
it.
won the Masters, did he? He won a PGA, I think, though.
That's Mike Weir.
I think Mike Weir, too. Mike Weir.
Yes.
Yeah, Mike
Very
Weir,
good.
Bubba, and Phil.
Forgot who I was sitting with there for a while. Well, you'd have been hell to pay if you missed that one, buddy.
Yeah. There would have been.
Since you did so well in the first one, let's give you another Civil War question.
All right.
Okay. No, I have confidence in you. What battle, considered the turning point of the American Civil War, took place in Pennsylvania in 1863?
I have no idea.
No, it's the one that they. Didn't The Office go to that battlefield in one of the episodes?
Oh, gosh.
Is it like the Battle of? I really, you know what the problem I'm having with these questions is?
Battle at Bunker Hill.
Yeah, Bunker Hill is in my head, but I'm confusing these with I'm not sure that's not Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
But it's either Bunker Hill or Valley Forge.
Okay.
I think Valley Forge is George Washington. Let's go Bunker Hill.
It's like wrong war.
Yeah.
Battle of Gettysburg.
Gettysburg, of course, the Gettysburg Address.
Now, Jeff,
We're idiotic.
I truly believe that cuss bank is messing with your mojo.
That's fine.
You're good?
It's staying in play. We're going to have to overcome. All right, we got time for two more, and we're going to end this monstrosity of a segment.
Oh, man.
Okay.
These have been, I don't know. It's not
These have been some
jiving with
tough
this.
questions.
Yeah, it's not jiving with my brain here. These
war questions.
Well,
no, they're fine. They're
not. Yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
They're fine.
Cars.
I will say today, like a couple.
Do you think we get more and more away from history? I
wish I knew.
Like, do you know what here's what I'm talking about. How old are you?
58.
Okay.
Yeah, think about it.
I'm 41. I feel like you probably know more about history than I do, but you weren't around when that was going on,
No.
just like I was.
Right.
And I'm wondering if I forget 20-year-olds now.
I will say
have
this.
Any idea about?
I will say this: when I was 41, I think I would have got all these answers.
Really?
So to your point, I think it was either taught more, or it was not as much to know.
Yeah.
You're also adding another, however many years of history to people's. Anyway, I don't know. No one knows really.
Well, you know what? Kids today and younger, they don't know what December 7th, 1941
They don't know
is.
anything. They could get everything on their phone.
November 22nd, 1963, when Kennedy was assassinated. All those. They don't.
It's not going to show up until, the act of terror that shuts down all technical, and people are dumb. They rely on their phones for everything. No one knows phone numbers. They don't know how to get from point A to point B. They don't know anything about history or math to me, I don't know what we were accomplishing when we went to. By the time my kids were in high school, they would get punished in math class if they didn't have a calculator.
Yeah.
You had to have a calculator.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
In the idea to learn it without the calculator, and that's like the. Anyway, all right, let's go. One more.
Okay,
It's the last
cars.
one. All right, cars.
Which German car brand produces the 3 Series, 5 Series,
Yeah,
and 10
BMW.
Series?
Yeah, that was too easy. One more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
These questions are
Okay.
too easy for us.
Well, okay.
Yeah, there was sarcasm, John. For Pete's sake, I'm going to slap you in that bald head when I see you.
It's gonna
Right on
pop.
top.
That's gonna pop too.
By the way, we have to schedule
Pop on top.
an in-studio
Okay,
show here
yeah.
real soon. Okay.
Get a
All
pop on top.
political. Yeah, okay. Political geography.
Oh, great. Like I said, thanks for joining us.
A country completely surrounded by another country is known by what term?
They're landlocked. They're insulated. They're hugging. They're
I don't really like this. I wouldn't have even said that, but I'm going to say it real quick because I don't.
Okay.
But it is correct. Enclave.
Enclave. Okay. That's a
All right,
political.
one more. Let's give you
I
one
always
more.
thought of that as like a group of people, not a country.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you. Okay. Political theory. Frederick Engels took part in developing which economic and political theory?
I'm going to go Ingalls, huh? I mean, because, like, I'm a socialism. I mean, I think it's like, I don't.
I got nothing.
Or is he democracy? What is the question exactly again? I've never heard of this person.
Frederick Ingalls took part
Never heard
in
of him.
developing which economic and political theory, which is still very much
Ingalls. That's
in
we're
place
going
today.
socialism, social democracy, whatever.
Communism.
Okay, it's communism. I would have gone communism back to Russian.
Right,
No?
well, but it was. I guess it was thought out before that, as far as the whole.
Huh? I never heard of the guy. See you later, John. Don't be.
Yeah, get your behind up out of here, bro.
Okay, I'm out of here. See you, boy.
Don't be familiar. We'll be back with more next.
That's rough.
Defeated, beleaguered. We're the Braves of trivia. Back with more on Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Putting some paint on your quarter panel.
Trouble left turn number 2. A couple of cars spin. Kyle Busch is one of them.
Sunday at the Chicago Street Race. NASCAR is tuned up by Maxie's Mechanics on Jacksonville's NASCAR station 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
If golf is your thing, you'll want to check out the 2025 Hills Pass at Hidden Hills Golf Club. Unlimited golf, including golf car, and preferred tee times for just one low price. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to purchase your Hills Pass today.
Ticket here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks the vehicle's less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
This 4th of July, Navy Mutual would like to salute Joe DiMaggio as our hero in sports. Nicknamed the Yankee Clipper, you know Joe for his record 56-game hitting streak that may never be touched. But he was also a sergeant during World War II.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Maxed out on credit card, struggling with high interest debt? You could pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. Hey, it's Prosser here. Get cash out now without touching your low-rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The Rapid Equity Loan Program at Loan Pronto is amazing. One Loan Pronto client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. They paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That's a huge turnaround. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That's Loan Pronto. Listen, your home equity is yours. Use it. Get cash to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home and see how much cash you can get today. Loan Pronto is an A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and have nearly 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Call now and start the conversation. Go to loanpronto.com or call 999-1508. That's loanpronto.com.
When you want to be heard, send your opinion to the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Thank you for believing in me when the bosses didn't give me a chance.
641-1010. No texting and driving. Get your thoughts heard on 1010XL.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. Call 904-722-1111.
Instant Keys saves the day if you've lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out The Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At The Y, summer camps every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited, and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy. Why so glum?
Stinky ice cubes, Jason. It's all downhill from here.
What?
The tap water at my place smells kind of funky. Funky tap water makes funky ice cubes. I meet a nice girl, invite her back to my place for a cocktail, and blow my whole romantic gesture with a mojito that smells like dog's feet.
Wait, I can totally make you way cooler.
I'm not taking your charity ice cubes, Jason. I have my pride.
Your pride is safe. Our plumbers can be at your house the day you call and install a whole home water purification system. Water tastes better, dishes come out cleaner, even your hair feels better after you shower.
Ooh, the ladies love a man with soft hair, don't they, Jason?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend every day worried about the water in your own home, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
10XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill.
Hit it!
Yes! 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 That's my Dan Hicken impression for the day. No, I'm done. It is time for the...
I thought that was Matt. That was you.
Yeah, that was me, right? Very out of character there, right?
That was pretty good.
This is the truer words have never been typed on the text line. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The $4.8 billion division equation really set the tone for trivia today.
You know what?
That's what it was. More than the cuss bucket.
I missed all that this morning.
Somebody said, I drank Diet Coke my whole life and didn't get that question. That's a hard one, man.
I felt like he was tricking us the way he worded it.
There is research that says people who cuss are more intelligent. I mean, I would have said a hard no until the last segment. But the very next one, violence and profanity are the tools of ignorance. I guess I should go pro then. At least in one part, the ignorant part. All right, yeah, let's move on. And I don't need Mr. 10 taking shots at UF education on display.
Ooh,
I mean,
Mr. 10.
Who's
what's a degree from Tennessee get you?
Well, first of all, he didn't even go to Tennessee, but I mean, who from Wofford is setting the stage for world advancement this morning? Stop it.
We're just getting hammered about the Get Smart John.
No, Jeff needs to go out back and just let loose a tirade of profanity. So, I do know what Watergate is. Thank you, though. Not knowing Gettysburg is a travesty. And it was. That's exactly where they went on The Office. I don't know why. Anyway, I want to move past that and let's start talking a little bit of sports. Look, this part of the NBA season is super interesting if you've got any NBA fandom in you. Yeah. And because there's always something shocking. E.T., there's never an off season where there's not something shocking.
Every season.
I thought the Bucks were somewhat shocking yesterday with Dame Lillard just,
Well, what a deal for him.
And they owe him a lot of money,
too. It's a great deal for him. I don't know.
$23 million a year, I think, for the next 4.
Do you follow Gilbert Arenas?
Oh, yes.
I mean, that was hilarious. He reenacted how Dame Lillard would have woken up to that news.
Oh, did
it was hilarious. Yeah. It was like, they still owe me all my money. All right, I'm gonna go back to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
I mean,
But the Bucks the Bucks just won a title a couple years ago. They got one of the league's best players, former MVP and Giannis Antetokounmpo. But it now feels like they're just every 2 or 3 years they're just shuffling the deck and throwing the cards up in the air again.
Giannis isn't too happy right now.
Listen,
Giannis might be a New York Knick next year.
No, they're actually saying the Hawks are becoming a player for Giannis.
Boy, that'd be killer for you.
The Knicks can't make a Giannis deal. They don't have the pieces. There's only 3 or 4 teams that have the assets, either first of all the financial room, also the assets to give in return, and the Hawks would be among the top of the list if you're Atlanta. Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Like some established franchises, and by established I mean teams that actually go and compete for championships. They can mess it up if they give it all up for look what the Nets did. They did it all for Durant and the super team. It didn't work. The Oklahoma City, they tried to pair Paul George. Had to do Paul George with Russell Westbrook. It didn't work. But if you're Atlanta and you're terrible all the time, who cares if you give up a couple of first rounders and next year's first rounder? If you don't do the honest move, I can tell you exactly what you're going to be. 44-38. Like the ceiling is for you now. So, I mean, they say Houston and San Antonio both have enough that they could do the deal too. I mean, if you're Houston, though, you're already so close. I don't know if you need to.
Yeah. What about that trade the Magic did for Desmond Bane?
Yeah.
Did they give up the kitchen sink for that guy?
They gave up a lot of first rounders. I think the reality is they were terrible three-point shooting. Here's what's happening in the East. Everybody's going all in. The Magic and the Hawks and that level of franchise because the East
is so open.
Yes, it's wide open. And look, Damian Lillard released by the Bucks yesterday. Don't forget, he wasn't going to play this year. He tore his Achilles in the playoffs. Jason Tatum tore his Achilles in the playoffs. Tyrese Halliburton tore his Achilles in the playoffs. I mean, it's wide open.
That's weird, by the way.
Yeah.
What's going on with that, especially with load management?
I don't know. We talked to Doc. It does seem like there are, especially when you get 3 of them just like that. Yeah. But it just seems like in general there have been more.
We'll just go back to like that list we did earlier with all-time ejections. Like when Barkley was playing, I don't remember. I mean, I was also a 10-year-old, but I don't remember guys, left and right going out for torn Achilles.
I can't know. I think the first real Achilles injury I remember was Marino. I know there were others.
Yeah, see, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, Dan Marino tore his Achilles.
Real?
And that was the second injury. It wasn't the one when he first came in. I mean, he tore it in the 90s. At one of those seasons in the 90s, Marino tore his Achilles. So I remember that. And then what? Kobe. But to your point, maybe they were happening. It just didn't hit any stars. Or it wasn't as visible, maybe, as it is now. But, I mean...
I feel like ACLs were always visible, though. So I wouldn't,
Why, you know what? I was going to tell E.T. to file it away for tomorrow, but he won't be here. But for Doc Murphy, why would there be seemingly more of a prevalence of the Achilles injury? Because you're right. Listen, I watched the playoffs all through the 80s and 90s. I never saw Jordan or Bird or anybody tear an Achilles.
You think it got to do with shoes? Like, because it seems like the NBA players now, they're wearing low-cut shoes. Does that have anything to do with it, maybe?
Maybe.
Like, because back in the day, I feel like the shoes weren't as low-cut as they are now. Below the ankle.
That's a great question for Doc.
Well, I'm fine. Achilles injuries more prevalent in pro sports compared to general population. That's right. I just mean, here, 7 days ago, ESPN... Why all the Achilles injuries in the NBA this season? Well, all right, so during the playoffs, it was Damian Lillard. It was Jason Tatum. It was Tyrese Halliburton. 2 other players, center James Wiseman, Isaiah Jackson tore their Achilles earlier this year, as did New Orleans guard DeJounte Murray and Miami Heat guard Drew Smith. Other high-profile athletes have suffered Achilles tendon injuries beyond the NBA. A national soccer team forward, Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson. Medical experts attribute these injuries to overuse and accidental circumstances. Karen Gravari-Silbernagel, a physical therapist and professor, compared today's calf injuries to the kind of hamstring strain seen 5 to 10 years ago and pointed out that athletes have prioritized upper leg strength. Their lower legs need to have the strength to keep up. Let's see, at this point, we need to start thinking about the calf and Achilles in the same way. Do we have enough strength to be able to tolerate the sport that we're doing? So there is some lag there.
Yeah.
Apparently. At least that's At least that's what it looks like. All right, let's try and catch up here on the broadcast clock. We'll take a quick break here, top of the 8 hour. Daniel Murphy will be in studio with us, and we got much more ahead. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday on The Drill.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, the home of the home team you grew up with.
Looking for Jimmy in the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars. Touchdown, Jaguars. Touchdown, Jaguars.
1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning.
Scheduling was easy, and the tech showed up right on time.
From plumbing and septic to air conditioning, we do it all. Call 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
He's not Pistol Pete, he's Pete Prisco.
Been on the wanted list almost 20 years.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins the Frangie Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Send your favorite person a sweet summer surprise today from Kuhn Flowers, creating memories for over 70 years. This is Max, and it's just so easy. Order online at kuhnflowers.com. Jacksonville and Ponte Vedra.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res, and this week only, we salute the 4th. Zero Res offering 25% off all services. That's right, a 4th off for the 4th. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and take advantage of the savings.
Zero Res.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. I've heard people selling diamonds saying they have high-quality diamonds at rock-bottom prices. Can that happen?
Frank, that'd be like a Mercedes dealer saying they sold at the same price as a Yugo. That just doesn't happen in any industry, and people who believe it are always the ones looking for something too good to be true, and they normally find out later it was. In diamonds, when you talk about higher quality diamonds with credible diamond grading reports from GIA, AGS, or Forevermark, the prices are higher, but so is the quality and value. Now, for a customer to understand that, they have to try to learn things like going to the internet, but they're going to get confused because they don't have an expert to ask questions to. The best way to get answers is to come in one of our stores and ask one of our professionals what those questions are and have them explain real diamonds to you. The result will be you'll understand more about a diamond's quality, price, and value by coming in.
Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise and towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Remember Hal Sutton when he famously said, "Be the right club today"? Well, that's what Coil Fencing delivers. The right fence today. And they've been delivering the right fencing for both commercial and residential properties for nearly 100 years. If you're in the market for a new fence, call Coil & Sons today at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by TopDressing.com. Jag exec Tony Khan told the Rich Eisen show that analytics played a key role in drafting two-way star Travis Hunter.
You're not just looking at the trade value of a top receiver or a top corner, you're looking at both. From an analytics standpoint, I thought it was a great move, and I'm very excited about Travis Hunter.
Florida Hoops dropped its non-conference slate, and head coach Todd Golden made it clear this year's schedule is no joke. It tips off November 3rd versus Arizona in Las Vegas, with marquee matchups against Duke and UConn also on deck. And in AAA action, Joe Mack went off, smashing 2 homers and tying a career high with 4 hits as the Jumbo Shrimp blanked Charlotte 5-0. The series continues tonight at 7:04 at Truist Field. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8:08 and it's 76 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah. You know what? I like the players. No diggity, no doubt. Play on, player.
Player. Number 30 for Shohei yesterday. This dude is...
It's too easy.
It's too easy for him. Look, he's such a big man, too. He's just a big man. It's so strong. He's got 30 at the break. Cal Raleigh of Seattle has been where he come from player in Major League Baseball. He's up to like 33, 34 homers. I know that the hitting coach at the Braves decided wasn't good enough. They sent him to Seattle, and their bats are on fire, and our guys couldn't hit out of a wet paper bag. So just another savvy move. That guy, Brian Snitker, needs to be fired into the moon, and why they are so in their feelings on why they won't make a managerial change. It's too late now, but they should have done it already. Chris Sale went to the 60-day injured list yesterday. So, again.
So we're like 10 days out from the All-Star break?
Yeah, it's about to,
and you are.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, the Braves are not doing anything this year. Yeah, I said this weeks ago, and I was absolutely right, and it just continues to play out. All the things that I told you they just continue to prove day after week after month. And so, yeah, they won't even get to 5. Look, they're even worse than I suggested they would be when I said it was over. They're worse than that, believe it or not, and maybe some of the injuries have done it. But bleep the Braves. I more was bringing up baseball to talk about Shohei and the and I wonder now, the only thing about the Braves is do you become sellers rather than buyers? And if you can get out some of these long-term deals, and there ain't a person on that team not named Ronald Acuna that I care if you keep or not. I am not kidding. You can trade Matt Olson. You can trade Austin Riley. You can trade Ozzie Albies. You can trade, I keep Drake Baldwin. You can trade Azuna, you can trade Murphy, you can trade Harris, you can trade them all. You can trade Strider, you can trade Schwellenbach, you can trade every single person on that team. You could add them all up, and it wouldn't give you the heart of 2 position players that are going to go win.
What are they missing?
Heart. Dude, it's as simple as that. Not ready to play. They started the season 0-7. If you're worth a flip, if you got an ounce of competition in you.
I thought we had a slip there.
No,
for a second.
I'm not doing it. If you're worth a flip, man, you don't go 0-7. You're supposed to be a contender, and you going to have more pride than start 0-7? They can't get a hit that matters. Choke job, man. Choking is about lack of fortitude, man.
Yeah.
Choke once, that's okay. Choke over and over, you're a choker. You know, you don't have what it takes. You're never going to come through. That's not in your DNA.
I could not agree more with that.
Yes. That's true. It is where you are. I've seen. Yeah. You guys are great at choir practice, and you'll put up a nice 160.
Dude, I could not agree
You're
going
to give me a great 162 game
especially at the elite level.
That's right.
I mean, it just rings true in all sports across the board.
Yeah, and I think the Braves, and by proxy us fans, we got snookered a little bit in giving too much credit to those ones that are still here for the title that was won, now 3 years ago. It's just none of those guys are here, and all the guys with the heart and the guts, the Swansons and Solairs and Petersons and Freemans and Freeds and Darnos and Mortons, they're all gone. The bullpen, it's all gone. And you're left with guys that, sure, they'll go ahead and get you 30 homers and 91 RBIs, and so what? If they're second and third and an out and the season's on the line, they're popping up. Every daggum one of them not named Acuna. He's the only guy on the team worth keeping. And so we'll see. And
yeah, you guys are barely better than the
Pittsburgh
Pirates right now.
They're losing to bad teams. They're just bad, man. It's just a joke. And I'm doing it. My son has to do some work in Atlanta next weekend.
You going up there?
I'm going to go up and see a game, and I am not happy about giving him any of my cash. I don't want to buy a ticket off of them, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy a beer off of them. I don't. So that's the only thing that bothers me about going to see the Braves is my reluctance to give them a penny of my cash. But I'm going to go just to have fun.
Yeah.
Go with the boys. And
is that the boy that collects cards or used to?
Yeah, he has been involved with it at one point.
There's a killer shop right across the street from the stadium.
Up at Truist?
Cards HQ. Yeah, it's like the biggest one in
I
the
do
States.
think if I'm going to go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy SRO on those jokers. I'm going to buy a $1 ticket, ET. I'll just walk around the stadium, and I'm going to spend all my money and get one of those nice hotel rooms right next to the stadium. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend all the money on the hotel, and I'm going to do a SRO. Drink the swill beer that they have. Hey, what's your swill beer? You got me a $2 cup? Won't be any cussing, though. I have to fill that bucket, E. Talk a little golf with me.
Sure.
Somebody on the text line saying you guys have just drummed up all kinds of controversy on your Straight Down the Middle podcast. How's that going these days?
Aaron and I and Scott we got a lot of other stuff going on right now.
I got you.
It's like whenever we're
throw
in town
one when
together.
you want. Yeah, Aaron Price also formerly on tour, and he lives here locally.
Yeah.
Australian, no?
Yeah, Australian.
Yeah.
Great Australian.
So what is I guess somebody was saying you need to go after him for some live take he had. I don't know what this live is that they're talking
we were
about.
just talking about the live yesterday a little bit, and I just don't see the point. Like, I feel like this whole thing's dead in the water.
Like a merger.
Yeah.
Like the PGA needs
they might have 4 or 5 guys, but that doesn't mean we need to merge with them. It's just we need their contracts to run out.
And you might have to, in the interest of the tour, waive the penalty for some and not for others.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how all that works.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying if it means getting Rahm and DeChambeau and whatever 4 or 5 you targeted
to call. I have a lot.
Maybe they got paid.
I have a lot of buddies that play on that tour, but to call that tour like
it's not pro
a
golf.
Success or anything above.
There's no measure that it's successful at all. The only success are the golfers' bank accounts.
It's the fire. It's like the Fire Festival to me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
The only event to me that's gotten my eyeballs is the Australia one.
Because they're hungry for it.
Yeah, and they're it's kind of shoved down our throats a little bit whenever they're down there. But other than that, man, I don't know. I get taking the money, but some of those guys they did this to themselves. I fall on the side of Scotty Scheffler's take. Like, you guys are the ones that messed this up. You fix it.
Yeah. Well, and the PGA Tour got all the money that they were crying about. The only thing that benefit the guys that stayed on tour were smart enough to know, well, here's what's going to happen. Our tour is going to have to respond, and they're going to have to overpay us like Liv has overpaid their golfers, and the PGA Tour has responded in kind, and their golfers are way overpaid.
Okay, yes.
I just don't think there's not a world.
I agree that they're overpaid.
Well, it's fascinating to me that we live in a.
Don't you think all athletes are overpaid?
To a degree.
Basketball right now, some of these contracts is nuts. I've never heard these guys' names in my life. They're making $15 million a year.
Don't disagree, but I don't know. I'm wired this way. I think the more relevant sport you're in, the more you should be more. Like, there's no world where Scotty Scheffler should make more money than Patrick Mahomes. That's insane. And so that's how. And
but he doesn't.
We made $65 million last year, Scotty Scheffler. $65 million.
How much
Patrick Mahomes makes $34 million.
He's making more off the course.
Well, so is Scheffler. I'm saying for playing golf, Scotty Scheffler made $65 million last year just for golf. Before you get to their pay, don't even get me on the PIP. We're not even counting that yet. And so, and I don't mean to point to Scotty Scheffler. I think that athletes in the way more popular sports that are way more should make more than the other ones. To me, that's just me. I don't know how some of these sports do it.
I don't know either.
I don't really know.
And honestly, the one I'm talking about is the NBA. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I could say it for other sports too, but the NBA it's easier to figure out. They get massive TV deals and they have short rosters. You only pay 12 guys. It's watched all over the world. The NBA's watching. Here's the deal.
I get it.
There's
like
a
at the end of the season,
There's a difference, and we talked about this during the finals. There's a difference in watching and interest. So yes, you used to sit down and watch a game for 2.5 hours. Now you're on your phone, and the update comes, and you watch the 30-second highlight, and you keep up as you go without sitting in front of a TV for 2.5 hours. Point being, as many people know who won the finals as did when Jordan won the finals. They just didn't watch. They're just not as compelled.
What was the contract SG just signed?
$71 million.
Max.
At the highest contract in pro sports history.
And they're saying Cooper Flag, he's going to make like almost close to $1 billion by the time he's 32 or something.
Well,
crazy
that's the thing with SGA. He just made the 271. 4 years, he can do it again. He's a young man.
Jeez.
4 years, he'll get a $400 million contract. Yeah, NBA players, the good ones coming into the league right now, the superstars, if they maintain, will make $1 billion. That's probably right. All right, let's take a quick timeout. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday here on 1010XL.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Summertime. It means so many things. Being free, living easy.
1010XL.
It's always summertime.
We went to probably 4 or 5 jewelry stores.
Jacksonville's Mitch Vandal went to the town center looking for an engagement ring, but found the big box corporate jewelry experience wasn't for him.
Nobody was really helping us. One of the stores, some people walked in behind us and they were offered beer and champagne, and I'm wearing shorts and a cutoff, so I don't really look the part. So I was like, well, I guess we'll go somewhere else. I don't know if they think we can afford to shop here or what.
So he went across and discovered locally owned Beards Diamonds.
When I walked in, everybody just said, hey, welcome in. Welcome to Beards.
Mitch loved the service and attention he got at Beards and ended up with a bigger, better quality diamond.
It was about twice the size of what I thought I could afford, and it was also about twice the size of what my wife thought she wanted.
Today, Mitch tells all his friends, shop local, shop Beards.
You're going to get the best deal on the best diamond.
Unbeatable value, unmatched selection, uncompromising personal service.
Anybody that I know, I want them to shop at Beards.
Beards Diamonds, St. John's Town Center.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Maddie. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. Went smooth as silk. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Your home is more than walls and a roof. It's where you breathe, drink, and power through life. At Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to keep it all running smoothly. From clean, cool air to clean water, reliable power to expert plumbing, we do it all. For over 35 years, families have trusted Donovan to make their homes healthier, safer, and more comfortable. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing today, 904-270-COOL, where health meets home.
Daily Dailies Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Dailies Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Dailies is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When it comes to my opinion, I love dropping the hammer. I'm Hayes Carlyon. Listen for Hammer Time with Hayes weekdays on The Frangie Show.
Hammer Time with Hayes, driven by Kia on Atlantic. Check us out at KiaOnAtlantic.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
The housing market is as busy as ever on the First Coast. And if you've moved in or moved on, make sure you have a team of trained electricians ready to help. American Electrical can make sure you're up to date electrically and maximize your living experience. Smart home automation services, home theater systems, outdoor and dock lighting, and backup generators. American Electrical can do it all. A team you can trust with highly trained technicians, ensuring you have the best living experience. American-Electrical.com, a leader on the First Coast and powered by professionalism.
Don't just stand there. Everything you need to turn $1 into an epic win is in your hand. Hard Rock Bet. Bet it, parlay it, boost it, however you want to do it. From wherever you are to the moon. Bet anytime a line, prop, or parlay catches your eye. And withdraw cash when you want it. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Brendan here with Checkmate Coating. No massive overhead means top prices on top quality pool decks, driveways, garages, and patios too.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball now offers web stores, so your employees can order their own branded gear, and you have more time for Wordle. Check it out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah.
He's coming in and grooving in. I'm watching this, your potential roid rage, rather. Maddie's on steroids today. There you go. But doctor-client privilege is done. He's battling an illness.
to the party.
They put him on steroids, and so he's like the Hulk over there. He's ready to go. But I'm watching this. Have you watched these? I don't know if it's one of the train wreck
road rage
docs
videos.
No, there's a Netflix has got a documentary on about a couple of bodybuilders, a husband and wife tandem, and obviously as a Netflix doc goes, it ends and one of them murders the other. But roids were a big part of that whole thing, so I'm just gonna keep my distance if that's okay.
It's fair.
He's fine. He said it's measured. Yeah. He came in here a little wired and jacked today. I was
battling a cough. You go to these urgent cares and
they tighten you up.
They're tossing steroids out like Skittles.
All right, good. Hey, we got a Ryder Cup year coming.
Yes.
Now,
real soon.
I'm going to ask you where the Ryder Cup, how it registered for you. Was it a goal for you at any point more than others in your career? I know you played Walker Cup, didn't you?
Yep, that was in college.
That's the amateur version of the Ryder Cup.
Yep.
Who was on your Walker Cup team?
Anthony Kim was on it. J.B. Holmes.
Okay.
It was John Holmes at the time. He changed his name after
Big
college.
John.
Yeah, old Big John. Didn't want that anymore.
Yeah, he wanted it in college, and then he's ready to go on. You know. Go ahead.
Exactly. Michael Putnam. We had Brian Harmon was on the team.
Okay.
I'm probably missing a few more, man. But it was
that
fun?
Solid. Where was yours?
Chicago Golf Club. Okay. But as far as the Ryder Cup is concerned,
were you close any of the? Were you
yes.
right on the?
I got fitted for the close one year. And, well, they had to take. It was like if you were top 25 on the list, probably they fitted you at Memorial just in case, if you win. I remember the PGA Championship this year was the last tournament.
This year or your
No, the year I'm talking about. Yeah. It was the last tournament before the points cut off for the thing. And obviously it would be far-fetched, but I had to finish solo second or better. But I had a chance. I wasn't mathematically
eliminated.
Yes. After that, though, it was
that was your one. That was your best chance.
Yes.
Well,
by the time the next Ryder Cup came around, my career was spiraling out of
you're
control.
an elevator guy. You have these patches of extreme success, and then you go out into the desert for a while and then come back.
Not a bad way to do it, by the way.
Yeah. I think you did okay.
Talk about load management.
All right. What about this year? I was looking. I was a little bit, to be honest with you, I was a little.
All right,
gas.
so let's look at
our team looks terrible,
yeah,
Matt.
Dude. All right, so you got right now Scotty Scheffler locked, Xander locked. Okay, JJ Spawn wins that U.S. Open. He's locked. Dude. He's third. He's not going to be off that team.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Russell Henley.
That's fourth. The fourth best American golfer is Russell. Henley.
Obviously, it's not a sexy name, but he is a really good player. And he's been around for a while. I want him on this team 100%.
That's fair.
All right,
that's fair.
100%.
You're just used to him showing up down at 8, 9,
He's
or
used
10.
to be 15, 16, 17. Yeah. Bryson 5th right now. Okay, he's on the team. Justin Thomas 6th. This is where it gets interesting to me. If JT slides out of
is it the top 6
six are locked and 6 picks?
It used to be 8.
Used to be
10.
Used to be 8, and now it's 6 and 6. I think it's too many. Okay, Morikawa at 7. If he doesn't make this team on points, do you put him on the team?
I do. I have to.
Why?
Ceiling.
No, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like when he gets in the moment, he's not. Is he a closer, Morikawa?
Can you win?
The way he's come off the last couple of months, I mean, I almost feel like he might be worse for the team room than Patrick Reed.
Can you win 2 majors and not be a closer?
COVID majors?
Well, they still count, right?
Okay.
They were both.
Lately, it's been COVID. I mean, he's played. Obviously, he's a world-class golfer. He's
for sure.
Really, really good.
We don't have enough, Matty. In some years, if there were better competition.
Okay. Ben Griffin.
Yeah, I'm putting him on. He's good. He's playing good.
I think he's got a little bit of that clutch up in him.
I think he'll get on. I think he'll be a captain.
I think he's on. Keegan 9, you got to put yourself on that team if you're Keegan. Nobody in the world's going to hate you if you put yourself on the team.
And he should be on again.
Especially what happened last year. Okay, Harris English 10th, he's on that team for me. Right now, I'm leaving Morikawa. I would leave Morikawa out. I would put Ben Griffin, Keegan Bradley, Harris English. Then we go down to 11 and 12. McNeely Harmon, no. Novak is a no. Cantlay is iffy for me. Joe, his caddy is from that area. The last Joe LaCava, the last Ryder Cup, he was a big part of that. Do you remember on the green when they kind of butt heads on 18 with Rory? I wouldn't mind Cantlay on that team. Then you go down Sam Burns, Young. I'm going to throw a couple wild cards at you a little lower on the list that I would put in.
But they won't.
And I'm going to it's Keegan's picks, and I think
Keegan
he might
go to 40 on the list.
Yes, Keegan could take his best friend if he wanted to. He plays club golf with back home.
Okay.
I mean, he's totally allowed to do that.
I'd suggest that he not
disagree.
Ask him.
I disagree. I have some wild takes on this.
So who are you? Okay, well let's continue.
So,
that's why you're going to pay the big bucks.
Daniel Berger, I would put on that. I'm putting guys. I'm going to put this.
I think there is something to be said for playing good.
like a Morikawa, he's a world-class golfer. He's going to be on the final page of the leaderboard heading into the back nine on Sunday most weeks. Okay, he will put himself in that position a lot, Jeff. All right, I'm looking for guys that when they're in that position deliver. They don't have to do the hard part of playing good Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get to the point where they can produce.
So
all right?
in other words,
you're throwing them right into the fire,
well,
and then that's clutch up gene.
got.
So Daniel Berger and Jordan Spieth, I would put on that team.
Here's the problem. Okay, your team in that under that parameters is got one guy on it.
Who?
Scheffler. He's the only one. You're just selling. I mean, I
okay.
Get it.
Who else is going to be a guy on that team?
Well, I can't put. You're going to put Spieth over Morikawa.
Yeah.
What kind of closer is he? Had one in forever.
You
forever.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this like a money match, an 18-hole money match. Who do I want on my team?
That's fair. And you have more.
Not a
inside knowledge.
72-hole tournament. I'm looking for a guy when he's standing over a 10-footer. I want this guy on my team to have to make this 10-footer.
Yeah.
I
got you.
There's other guys that don't fit that mold.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm just attracted more and remember more of those guys. I feel like that is the majority of the dadgum tour. They're all missing that. The natted up, like, closer, dog, and gets him every. I mean, look at the best player in the world. He guys goes through weeks where he can't make a putt that you'd make left-handed. So look, this is part of, and I don't know. You don't want to equate everything to comfort. You just don't. But the dog's got to get knocked out of you if you can make $6 million and never finish better than sixth in an event all year.
Yeah.
You know, it does. There's got to be.
Did you see where Fleetwood?
Oh, man.
50 mil and hasn't won it.
Now, see, here's an odd one. Fleetwood, correct me if I'm wrong, is a good Ryder Cup player. I think his Ryder Cup.
Most Europeans in general
But my
are.
point is, you would never, based on what we're thinking about closers, I mean, there's not a bigger non-clutch, non-closer on the PGA Tour than Tommy Fleetwood. He's got, like, what is the top 10 number? It's like
you almost wish
40-something top 10.
You almost wish he wasn't a good guy.
I love the dude. He's as nice as can be.
Yes.
You know,
but
I don't
imagine
know
if this guy was a villain and had this kind of,
Yeah, he wouldn't be playing he would be on live. He would leave. 100%.
It'd be fun.
Well, let me ask you this. What about Patrick Reed?
He's
always natted up. Now,
I'm taking Patrick Reed over Colin Morikawa on this team.
Yeah, you're Colin Morikawa right now. I'm going to, I get it. But I can't. I'm not a good enough country golfing right now to leave him off. I can't leave my major winners off that are at least playing okay. It's not like he's off the face of the earth like Spieth. Spieth can't get a top 10.
Putting them in, we're placing them.
But I hear your money match thing, but does Keegan know that?
Yes, he knows.
Do they all think that way?
Keegan came out of the womb for this stuff, dude.
No, I know that. But as far as picking a guy for that specific, and again,
yes, he knows that. I wouldn't be surprised if Brooks plays decent in the next live event if he takes a hard look at Brooks as well.
Yeah, he's so lost right now.
He is. But those guys also are members together down there at the Grove. Like they practice. There's a relationship there.
I will say, don't. Oh, and DeChambeau, he's on the team now.
Yep, he's in on points. He's fifth right now.
Oh, he's on the fifth on the U.S. points. You skipped over him because you're living.
No, I said he's on.
Oh, okay.
I didn't skip over him.
Yeah, DeChambeau. Okay, I got to get I got to put Reed on there, man.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, because he also is built for this. You talk about money player. That's what he does. Plus, maybe Ryder Cup, not as many cameras. He can move his lie a couple times.
I don't know about that.
Listening to The Drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. Welcome Daniel Murphy to the party when we return. All locked and loaded here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
I'm Brett Musburger on the heartbeat of the First Coast, 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
All right, sports fans, Hicken here. Let's talk skin. Me, myself, and I, and Beaches Dermatology, are reminding you all, man, wear that sunscreen, right? Got to wear the sunscreen. Why? Because you're outside all the time in this great state of ours that has and is the Sunshine State. So if you're an active parent hanging at the fields in your boat to fish, you like to chill at the beach, wear sunscreen. Because if you don't, there can be some ramifications, short and long term. Skin cancer is not something you want to deal with. So when grabbing the clubs for your tee time, you're gassing up the boat, you're grabbing the chairs for your kids' game, make sure to bring the screen. And if you have any concerns on your body right now, go see my friends, Doctors Boudreaux and Metz, the best in the business at Beaches Dermatology. By the way, they've been taking care of me for decades now. Give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Hey, it's Joe C. Summer in Jacksonville means the sun is hot, the grills are fired up, and your water heater probably full of sludge.
Nah, not mine.
Think, when was the last time you flushed your water heater out? It's okay, you can say it.
Probably never.
Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan.
They sure don't make them like they used to.
So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059 or at plumberinjacks.com. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Don't miss the Bari Breakdown with Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays around 3:20 for the latest in sports injuries. From all the big names in the game, who's MIA, who's coming back from injury. Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime, Wednesdays at 3:20.
Hey, Jacksonville, need a fence and ready to save? At Superior Fence and Rail, you'll lock in 5% off your fence project when you sign by the end of July. A limited time offer for savings and peace of mind this summer. Now accepting appointments for a free estimate. So act fast and get 5% off your entire fence project when you finalize by July 31st. Cannot be combined with other offers. New contracts only.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
The playoff-bound Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are in full swing at the newly renovated VyStar Ballpark. Your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game, and kids round the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
Hacker here, and I want to tell you one of my favorite things about Awaken 180 weight loss, and that's the personalized coaching that you get with Awaken 180. Now, a lot of weight loss programs, they'll give you some plan off their website, and they'll say, all right, have fun, see you later. Not Awaken 180 weight loss. Prime example of that, my coach Kate. I've had phone calls with my coach Kate over a year now, every single week. She's been advising me, she's been guiding me, she's been motivating me, and as a result of that, I'm down well over 100 pounds. I'm on the maintenance program now. The coaching you get with Awaken 180 helps you reach your goal. It is absolutely sensational, and it separates Awaken 180 weight loss. Do what I did. If it's time for you to lose weight like it was for me, go to Awaken180weightloss.com. That's Awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800. Take it from me. If I can do it, you can do it. Get involved with Awaken 180 weight loss.
Sun's out. Deals on at Hurricane Grill and Wings. Summer's here, and so are the flavor-packed deals, like a Yingling beer-battered fish sandwich, chicken salad lettuce wraps, or the combo basket, all for under $14. Craving more? Add 3 bone-in wings to any handheld or entree for just $3.49. Sip on a refreshing peach tea cocktail, or grab an ice-cold Michelob Ultra. Perfect for patio season. Summer's never tasted this good. Find yours at HurricaneWings.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Welcome to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. That ball's well hit to right. I mean, really well hit to right. That ball is gone. Daniel Murphy has struck again. Daniel Murphy has homered for the 5th straight postseason game.
Presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
All right, gang's all here. certainly going to talk some baseball here in the next hour or so with Daniel Murphy.
Did you have anything close after the fifth home run? Fifth one in a
6 in a row, didn't you?
Or was it 5 or 6?
6 games, wasn't it? 7? 6, right?
Why are you guys
You got
shortchanging
a mic
on
here.
that?
I didn't. I say 6. I learned this. I tried to give him 7.
The introduction
Okay.
said 5.
7 total.
Yeah,
And
but 6 games in a row.
6 in a row.
That's
So the
still the
7th.
record?
So okay. So the next game after the 6th was that
come
the
close?
same
World
series?
Series. I hit one foul.
No way.
Yeah.
Like
but,
way foul.
You're
or-
aware by that. At what point in this
Yeah,
stretch
you
are
know that
aware?
this is for
After
7.
3 in a row, 3 games in a row, or is
when
it
I
2?
hit, so the third one was off of Leicester, and that was game 1 of the NLCS. And so
That's Dodgers.
that would have been, so Johnny Lester would have been with
Cubs.
the Cubs,
Cubs,
game 1. And so I hit that one, and I was kind of like, I came home, and when I was running the bases, I thought, I think I might be pretty locked in right now, because there had been a couple days off in between game 5 of the NLCS.
And what number? That was the
And
third one in a row?
Third one.
Okay.
And then the one off of Arrieta, the next game, game 2, that like I kind of scooped it off the ground on a breaking ball. I was like, ooh, I'm going pretty good right now. I was like, well, because I also kind of, well, you ever get those feelings like in your gut where you're like, golly, like this is what I should do right here. This is what's going to happen. And you just like,
I'm sure that happens a
They
lot
just
in
match
golf.
up. Yeah.
golf that comes. This
And
old.
so,
I know what's happening here.
I thought he was going to throw me a breaking ball. You just get that feeling like in your loins. And so he threw it and I kind of hedged to the breaking ball because I had 2 strikes. So if I never sold out for a curve because I wouldn't be able to get to the fastball as much as I wanted. And I always wanted to be ready for the pitcher's best punch in the strike zone. I felt like naked if I wasn't. So like I'm like, I think he's gonna throw a breaker right here. So he throws it and kind of gets it closer, like in between my legs, and I just scoop and score it and take the shortcut, like just wrap it around the pole. Only went about 325 feet, but they don't.
Arrieta would throw that almost that's almost a drop
it was
ball
like a
back
downer.
in the day.
Yeah,
it wasn't a side to side.
So the 7th game, you hit one foul.
Foul, yeah, that was. I didn't swing the bat where the snot in the World Series.
Really?
So like I got a base.
That's game
hit.
1 of the World Series
Yeah,
where
game
it
1 of the
ended?
World. I think I walked.
So
and went
every
maybe
game
1
of
for
the
3.
NLCS, you homered.
Wow.
Yeah, it was because we swept them.
So 2, and then you swept.
Has
the
that
6
been
in a row.
done? Has that been
No,
done?
that's the record. What
I
was
think
the record?
in the postseason? I think Junior hit like 6 in the regular season.
And
before.
Mattingly had that record at one point
Yeah,
too.
I think it was Beltran when he was in Houston. Might have
was
hit
it
5
8
in a
maybe?
row.
Oh no.
In the postseason was 5.
Yeah.
In the regular season, I thought it was 7 for a while. I
Did they
think
stop
Junior did it,
pitching
maybe
to you?
Mattingly did.
Did they stop pitching to you, or like the street you just stopped like hitting the homers?
Definitely in certain spots, probably.
You know what they did, ET? That's a good question. I was actually on a family camp, and Adam Wainwright was there, and so we got to talking a little baseball. And he's like, he was gracious. He goes, you were a tough out for me, and I was pretty accurate. So pitchers have a tendency to remember accuracy. And I looked at him. I go, you should have walked me. And he kind of thought for a second. I didn't take walks. Like if you threw it, if I swung, I was probably going to touch it, either a foul or get in play, or I'd swing at bad balls. Like I was up there I was to leave there
You're up
running.
there to hit.
So what the Royals did is they knew I was swinging the bat well, and I didn't walk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't swing and miss, and I didn't walk. Well, they made me prove I wouldn't walk and threw me bad balls. And I kept swinging at them, So I went like 2 for 2.
So what did Wayman? What did
He smiled. He goes, "You're right. I should have walked you."
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't take it. Like you should have just throw me bad balls and make me go to first base because I wouldn't take a pass. No chance.
I got a couple of baseball questions for you. CAGs. We were just at a youth baseball tournament in Branson, Missouri, and CAGs just got called up to the bigs maybe a week before, so we went and saw him play at was it Coffin?
In
Coffins?
Kansas City. That's where the World Series was. I remember that joint. Oof. Get my nervous system activated talking about that place.
But these guys, I mean, what
about an NLCS of 1.85 OPS?
Yeah, I caught a heater, Jeff. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, I'm reading the description of what he did. It's interesting to note it took Murphy 130 games to hit 14 home runs that regular season, yet needed just 2 postseason series to reach half that number. Of the 7 times he homered in October, New York won 6 of those games. The only time they lost Game 4 NLDS, his dinger accounted for the only run in a 3-1 defeat. All sunshine and rainbows from there during Murphy's 6-game home run streak. He slashed an incredible 525, 39, 13, 20.
You know what this is, Jeff?
8 of the 13 total hits went for extra bases. The 6 homers, also 2 doubles. Those gappers,
This guy would be a great Ryder Cup captain's pick right here.
That's right. Yeah, for sure. I don't
clutches
disagree.
up when it matters.
I don't disagree with your strategy at all. I don't agree as much with your confidence that this guy's going to clutch and this guy's not.
How much pro baseball are you watching these days? I know you're busy.
I watch baseball now and baseball in like the 1920s. That's where I spend my time.
So, are you into collecting cards? Like, do you collect cards at all? Do you have any of your stuff?
A little bit, but not a ton. I've actually considered not a ton. To answer your question, no.
Okay, but I've gotten into it big time, and I've started collecting O'Neal Cruz.
Okay.
What do you know about him?
I mean, he's a center fielder.
He's got the four of the top
Pirates.
5 hardest hit balls in the Bigs this year,
So
but he strikes out all the time. And my question is, I don't want to lump Cags and Cruz into the same boat, but they both really struggle with
accuracy.
But like pitches with movement, or if it's not a grooved fastball, basically, is that something throughout your career that's going to hang with you, or can you get better at that? Can you get better enough to where it actually matters? Or is that something that's going to hang around forever and these guys are just going to look silly up there if they get no bad count?
I think you could definitely get better at it. My advice for getting better would be hitting more baseballs, not off of a machine, better off a human being. Because like I just grew up having my father throw to me. Like he would throw until I asked him to stop, and I like to hit, so I never asked him to stop. Also, which this wouldn't happen, but my advice would be as well, go play winter ball or go get at bats in the off season, because that's what like when Ruth got done with his season, he would go barnstorm west of St. Louis because that's as far west as the league went. There's a certain dance you get with a human being that you don't get with out of a machine, in my opinion. And if you want to get more accurate at something,
I couldn't agree more with that.
Do it more.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Working with my boy right now.
It's probably playing golf versus a simulator. Yeah, there's some value out of the simulator.
Range versus the course.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have the details here. We were both right. We were shorter to meet you game. You were right. Griffey homered in 8 straight games, and I was right. Mattingly homered in 8 straight games. And there's a third guy, poor forgotten guy, also homered in 8 straight games. I have heard of him and knew I would have gotten to this eventually, but only because I lived in this area.
These are postseason, 8 straight.
No, this is regular season.
Okay.
This is the all-time record for consecutive games with a home run. There are 3 guys that did it in 8 straight games. The only reason I know is I lived in that area when I was a kid, and he was still a name enough. But it's a guy named Dale Long. Do you know that name?
No, that one.
Dale Long for the Pirates did it in 1956. By the time it ended, he'd captured the imagination of baseball fans across. He was the first to do it in 8 straight across the country. Was doing national television appearances. I think Dale Long was an all-star level player. 7 straight games, 6 players. Mike Trout.
Yeah. Okay.
Joey Votto.
Dang, really?
He did it in 2021.
Well, because Joey walks.
Yeah.
Votto, he walks. So like you're taking in at bat or 2 away a night of a chance to hit him.
Kendrys Morales of the Blue Jays in 2018.
He was on the Kansas City team that beat us, I think.
Kevin Minch.
Oh, he caught it. Yeah, he caught it.
06 Rangers. Is that the Rangers team that went to the World Series? That have been there about then or no?
06 would have been then when
they went back to back,
Yankees
didn't they?
and Red Sox.
Didn't the Rangers go back to back against like the Giants one year?
Okay, so that might be Ron Washington's team's like 11.
Okay, that's
12 in there.
Barry Bonds did it in 2004. 7 straight games. Jim Thome did it. These are big name guys. And then there's 25 guys who did it in 6 straight games. In the postseason, though, your 6 straight is the all-time record.
Yeah. Now, to my advantage, and then to the generations that come after me, there's more postseason games. So you used to, like, once upon a time, you'd win the pennant, and you would just play the World Series.
I think you're sorted here, bud.
Well, that's all right. You still got to. I guess you still got to crack them. But
all right, I need your. We'll talk more baseball. I got a couple of things I want to throw by you. The trade deadline's coming. I'm fascinated by who decides to be what when you get to that point. But first, let's just get a temp check here. I need a optimism meter on the Mets right now.
Well, they haven't lost in 2 days.
Outside of that, I mean,
they had an off day 2 days ago, and last night they
get swept by they get swept by the Pirates recently.
Yeah,
it's not just sweat, like smacked.
Yeah,
like
they are.
Pirates don't even score runs.
No, they did off
Daniel,
the Mets.
what time? At what point does it go from you're on a losing streak to you're a losing ball club? In other words, like if the Mets lose 6 in a row. But then you look up in 3 weeks and they're, 11-10 in their last 21. You've settled. But no, the problem for the Mets is the 6 in a row became 8 out of 10, which then became 7 of the next 10, and they're just.
I think it's 3-13 their last 16.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
And what I would say is, foundationally, what they should be concerned about is the pitching. And so now they've had injuries to the pitching staff, but I was concerned about their pitching because even when they were like getting outs and like had the lowest ERA, you weren't getting any bulk. Like these guys weren't getting into the 6th inning. If you think of someone like Clay Holmes is a former reliever, he's already reached his career high in innings. And then a couple guys they signed, Montas just got back. They lost Kodai Senga, who missed all of last. Like none of these.
The Brave guy tore his Achilles.
So yeah, Griffin Canning. So the Griffin Canning
having a career year.
Yeah, the Griffin Canning one to me is a situation where unlucky that he isn't available because he's taken the ball his whole career, but he's been more productive than you thought. What I was concerned with this year was the same concern I had last year with the way that David Stearns constructs their pitching is that puts a lot of pressure on your bullpen if you don't have bulk coming from the starting pitching. Like you got to get these 27
and by
outs.
bulk he means 7 outs.
You got to
7 innings.
Yeah, you got to go get 18 outs.
Yeah.
Like if you don't get 6 innings worth of work, somebody's got to do it in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And now the bullpen, which had been so good probably the first 2.5 months of the season, is getting their teeth kicked in. And that's the bullpen is not as bad as they are right now, and they weren't going as good as they were at the beginning of the season, but it's like you got to account for these innings. And so I would say from a pitching standpoint, like that's a problem. You hope offensively they've been abysmal with runners in scoring position, like almost dead last in the entire league. I think 29th. Is that who they are now, or is it like a game of blackjack a little bit and it's going to turn for them? Probably. I think it's a little bit who they are.
I'm left with this, and I don't want to say it in front of Dan. It's taking personal and getting a big fight. They don't look very good to me, Dan.
No,
and
they're
again,
not
I'm not seeing. And again, but I'm just, my team's terrible. They're gutless and heartless, and they took 5 out of 7. That's how. We don't get a clutch hit if the world depended on it. I finally faced a team that was as bad as us at that same, measure. They just don't look. It never mind being cold, and it's the first time I've watched them in depth, and I understand. But I don't think that the pitch is going to get any better, Dan. I think they're always going to be injured and,
It's somewhat how
last
it's been
year, same
constructed.
thing. He missed. He came back. Didn't he come back for like one outing and then went back to
Came
the
back
IL?
for the postseason.
Yeah.
He came back, got busted up, and then I
that
think
was
made it back for the postseason.
So they don't look good enough. I mean, I look at the Phillies. They look so much better than the Mets and the Braves. And the Braves are out of it, and that's done. By the way, they've fallen behind the Marlins, who've won 8
I saw that, the wild card. Yeah, the Marlins have won 8
well, there's no wild card. I'm just looking at the National League East. So Braves wild card is going to be
6.
what the wild card is? Am I going to get the 8 or the 8:15 tee time the day after the season?
I don't disagree, but somebody like as you would get to trade deadline talk, someone like the Diamondbacks who are in front of them, they're probably going to sell.
I don't think the Braves are going to do either.
Just hedge.
They're just going to hedge. They're just going to sit there, and they're going to finish 2 games under 500. But they need a massive redo, Daniel. It's not good. They've kept all the softies, and they've let all the dogs go. We don't have enough dog, man.
Yeah.
I don't need a guy that's going to hit me 38 homers and give me 112 RBIs, but when it's second and third and 1 out, he's popping up.
That's kind of the modern game now. They don't hit to the scoreboard. Like, they don't read the scoreboard. I think each generation reads the scoreboard a little worse than the one before it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
you're saying they're more concerned with individual than...
Well, it's just what's incentivized. So we're talking about O'Neill, Cruz, and Cags, and not again to lump them together, but like... And I'm going to sound like an old timer, but even when I was coming up, if you struck out as much as the modern guys do, in some capacity,
you'd be embarrassed.
You'd be embarrassed. You didn't get any more at bats.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like when I got to the big leagues, I was told this story later. The hitting coach that I had in AA kind of got called up with me, and so he came up in September, and we're facing the Nationals. Runner on second, nobody out, and so Carlos Delgado goes up to the AA hitting coach while my bat's coming on. He goes, "We're going to see what you taught your kid in the minor leagues now," because Carlos Delgado is now watching, seeing, is this kid, this youngster, going to try to get him over to third base at all costs? Like, that's the game and the environment I came in. I may not get him over.
Now, just swing hard. I don't care.
But the swing and the approach ought to look like I'm trying to hook this thing at the very least to the first or second baseman so that he gets to third base with less than 2 outs.
Sacrificial out.
If I end up beating him, all the better.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I get my base hit, or hopefully I'll go to second base and get one for me and one for my friend behind me. But the game isn't it doesn't look like that. I see YOLO
No, it
swings.
doesn't. I mean,
from the jump.
I can remember when we're 14, 15 years old, seeing batting averages in the high 200s, low 300s. If you're in the high 200s right
mid
now,
300s even. I bet you there were years.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I bet you there were years when I was a kid where the top 10 batters in the National League all hit over 300.
Yeah.
We have years now where you may not have a 300 hitter.
Yeah.
And that wasn't like that every year, but I'm for sure. It's the home run strikeout walk. That is definitely the era we're in. I hope we leave it. I'd like to see baseball become the more well-rounded sport that it was. I think, increasing the base size, it's done one thing. It's put the running back in, but the batter's mentality has stayed the same, so it doesn't really matter. Instead of striking out or homering with a runner on first, you'll do it with a runner on second because, to your point, you're not trying to advance them.
Yeah, and then you'll see it when the game gets to the postseason, like the fans will clamor, as well they should, for like accuracy. Like, why aren't you getting them over? It's like, well, I haven't been asked to do it for 6 months.
That's fair.
You want me to do it for one?
If the Dodgers don't win the National League, who will?
Right now, I'd have to say Philly.
Yeah, me too.
Because I think
experience,
that Dombrowski will add, because we still got a whole season left to come.
Yeah.
We still got the trade deadline coming.
What is the deadline now? Is it August 1st?
July 31st.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just one of them. And then I still give me Zach Wheeler. Like,
yeah,
Zach,
for sure.
They don't make him like
he's
Zach.
Dog. He's dog. He
yeah,
comes out
he
with
does
a
it
big
in the
moment,
regular
he shows
season,
up.
and he does it in the postseason.
Yeah.
Like,
look, at the end of the day, the Braves got from Chris Sale what they should have expected to get from Chris Sale when you made the move. And it's when you trade for a guy who hasn't been able to consistently pitch for 4 or 5 years because of various injuries and whatnot, you run the risk of having large periods of time where he's not able to go for you.
Yeah,
And last year he won the Triple Crown as a great regular season, but when they needed him the most, he no-showed, and not by his own thing. He's injured. He can't pitch. Yeah. And now you sold me. I get disgusted with my team when they sell me, man. You sold me fractured rib 15-day.
oh, no, he just went on 60 days.
Yeah, you just went on 60 days. So it ain't no fractured rib 60 days. So you lied right from the get-go because your manager, you were here the next day. They sent him out in the 9th. He's got 118 pitches already. He's throwing a shutout, and they send him out in the 9th.
Afraid of the closer.
I guess. No, you're up 7-0.
Oh. Thought he didn't think he had a better alternative.
Who's winning the American League? That's even a tougher question. I don't have to eliminate a team. I don't know who the best one. When the Detroit Tigers are carrying the flag,
boy, they are.
I guess it's Houston. Yes, you count on them. I mean, the Yankees, again, I think they're a little more headline
what
than
spooks
reality.
me about the Yankees is the starting pitching. But I think that Cashman will go and look to add. I kind of think he has to add, coming off of losing in the World Series last year. And then the Yankees' offense will boil down to 99 Aaron Judge's health. If he's healthy, he's just so
All right,
good.
when we return, Matt Everett, you're the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Daniel Murphy, you're the defensive coordinator. And I'm Leon Cohen. And we're having a conversation when we come back.
Okay.
All that and more on Abitros Plumbing Wednesday. You're listening to The Drill.
You talk a good game.
It lives up to the hype, plus.
And so do we. 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Want to bet on sports but no clue where to start? Millions of players are already making moves on Hard Rock Bet. Your friends might be winning. Why not you? Bet with confidence. Bets by real players help guide your picks. Go with the crowd and cash in on the wins. Any pick that catches your eye. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatros here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatros Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatros Plumbing, here to help.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's. It's local, family-owned, and they've been part of our community since 1926. They've taken great care of me over the years, and I know they'll do the same for you. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Take a radio boat ride with Captain Cabin on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Reeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services and awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. Get summer ready with 25% off select Stanley drinkware. Get 20% off Igloo coolers and water bottles and select bog bags. Buy one, get one 50% off DSG coolers, canopies, chairs, and water bottles. $200 off Callaway AI smoke irons and TaylorMade QI10 drivers. These deals won't last. Stock up for summer now, in-store or online at Dicks.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Grow your hair back. IHRS offers the latest technology in hair transplants and restorative treatments.
Fast, easy, and effective.
With over 35 years experience, our team is committed to delivering exceptional results. Hair restoration is for us, and it can be for you too.
See how IHRS technology can grow your hair back. Go to hairforme.com or call 904-777-IHRS, 777-4477 for $250 off.
Love is in the air. At Beard's Diamonds, listen up. Couples, this is a great offer. Hicken here from my friends at Beard's Diamonds. Out for a limited time. Buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. That's right. When you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Woo! You about to get married or been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? You can't miss the deal of the year on the ultimate symbol of love. Beers has hundreds and hundreds of bands. Top designers, white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands, eternity bands. Oh my goodness, nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards, find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second free. Hey, the big box corporate jewelry stores, they can't touch this, but Beards can. Through June 23rd, buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss the opportunity to celebrate Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local.
Hi, I'm John Haney from Clearwater Gutters and Drainage. After heavy rains, the problems are obvious. Mulch blown out of your beds, water standing around your foundation, and that fancy new crater back behind your bushes. Let Clearwater Seamless Gutters help you solve the problem spots.
Clearwater Seamless Gutters. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at gutters. And drainage, too.
Find out more at clearwaterjacks.com.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coating, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
When the heat is on and we really need to show that we really care, do it with a full arrangement from Kuhn Flowers. This is ET, and let's make their day better than yesterday. Online at KuhnFlowers.com since 1947.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at Zero Res, and this week only, we salute the 4th. Zero Res offering 25% off all services. That's right, a 4th off for the 4th. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and take advantage of the savings.
Zero Res.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. Jaguar exec Tony Khan joined the Rich Eisen show and couldn't hide his excitement about the roster, saying he's genuinely impressed with the depth and talent.
Brian Thomas Jr. came in last year, is absolutely fantastic. Trevor Lawrence, I believe, is a top young quarterback. And now to have Travis Hunter on defense as well. You just had Josh Hines-Allen. He's a great talent.
In college football buzz, FSU is projected to face Colorado in the Sun Bowl, setting up a potential showdown between the Seminoles and Deion Sanders, who still seems to carry a chip on his shoulder after being passed over for the FSU head coaching job. And Florida Gator center Jake Slaughter is stacking accolades. After earning AP first-team All-American honors in 2024, he's now been named to the 2025 Walter Camp preseason first-team offense. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 9:06, it's 79 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing.
Totally XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time. Oh, Mr. Nasty time. The nasty time.
We don't even hide it anymore. I just bring it out. We got guests in the house here. We don't flush the toilet.
They know what time it is.
I know it's no Oasis, Matt Every, but we'll come back with this.
Oh, dang it. I better play that.
Next one.
We got to get some.
I wrote it down, too.
Which one which one?
What was it? Whirly?
I got it. We'll figure it out.
Which one of you, I can't remember who I designated. Which one of you is Udinsky? So you're Grant Udinsky. Matt Every is Grant Udinsky, and that would leave Daniel Murphy to be Anthony Campanile. You're my offensive and defensive coordinator. I will be the head coach, Liam Cohen, and I've called you each in my office. Just got a question for you.
I'll be telling him, Sally, it's cool.
Yeah, you're out of the. In other words, you're golfing. See, I got a question for you guys. So far, so good here, right? We're having a good off season so far.
It's been great.
Let me ask you there, OC, what you think of Travis Hunter?
He's been great, man. The guy just dances around the field. All he does is dance out there. He can play both ways. Plenty of energy. I love it.
If I asked you the question, how much would you like to have him on your side of the ball?
He is on my side of the ball.
Like, how much do you want him there? 100% of the plays?
All the time.
Yeah, well,
yes.
I remind you the head coach is. I appreciate your suggestions here, but so that's your opinion. Okay.
Liam, I'm telling you, I want him all the time.
Let me go over here to the defensive side of the ball and to bring in the defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanile, the role being played by Daniel Murphy. Could you give me your impressions of what you've seen from Travis Hunter so far on your side of the ball? Mike, please. Mike, we need a mic. I lost my guy, didn't I? Where are we at? Mike, I need a Murphy mic.
All right. Well,
mic check.
Does this one work? Oh, we're live.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're live. All right, forgive me.
All right, so anyway, how are you on Travis Hunter here to this point? What have you seen from the young man? How does he look to you?
Well, I think to Matt's point, he's enjoying his football a ton when he gets out there. And I think that, you know, he's going to be an offensive player, but I'll take him on defense as many reps as he can handle.
It's kind of a soft sell. How much, if in a perfect world, how much would you like him to be on the field for you? I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the offensive coordinator. In a perfect world, how much do you want him on the field for every play, basically?
Well, listen, I don't want to have to do your job for you, Liam, but I want him all the time. And then if Anthony wants him, on some big downs, we'll throw him in there.
I'll be the judge of that. Anthony, if in a perfect world, how much would you like to have him?
If he's the best player option that I have, I'll take him.
Yeah,
all the
okay.
time.
See, that's what I was kind of getting to. Okay, roles have now been erased, and we're back to just the three of us. Sometimes it's so simple. It's sitting right there in front of you, and you just won't do a damn thing about it in your head. Okay? We're terrible. Our pass defense was awful. Travis Hunter is the best cornerback on our team. We're not good enough to have our best player at a position not play that position full time. So the bottom line is this. The dude, I'm going to clear it up for the two of you. He's playing full-time for you, and he's playing full-time for you.
Dude, if he has
and when it's a problem, we'll talk.
Exactly.
But I'm having a problem throwing him into full-time receiver and, working him into the defense. Our defense is horrible. Our offensive pass game is in much better shape right now with him as a part-time player than our pass defense is with him as a part-time player. Now this is an if, and they have to determine.
New coordinator this year.
This
is not Anthony's defense.
I'm changing my mind though to this. If Travis Hunter is the best cornerback on the team, he needs to play. He needs to play.
Yeah.
I agree.
Period. He needs to start. We can't. If he's the best corner on the team, he should never be the fifth cornerback to go into the game. We're not good enough.
Question though. All right. So when we're playing Houston, and we got Derek Stingley Jr. on one side, and then he has to go against Nico Collins on the other side.
Awesome. Lucky we have him.
All
we
right.
traded 2 first-rounders for him.
All right. Cool.
That's
what I want to know.
Listen, that's the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
Go to any team and you're going to find that. You got a tough assignment.
Both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
I think.
By the way, if they're going to put their best defender on Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr. going to cook.
Yes, he is.
So there's that part too now.
Yes, he is. They're going to put their best on
Campbell
BTJ.
needs to cook.
I guess my point is I just don't know. When did we determine that the offense was worse than the defense?
I did.
I think we've all been snookered here. I think the plan is on opening day when Carolina's here that when they announce the starting defense and run it on the field, number 12's going out the corner. And when they announce the starting offense and run them out on the field, number 12's going to the receiver position.
I think that would be
I'm here for it.
A very heavy betting favorite.
Why would you not? I guess my point is this. You play listen, we got to feel like you'll get your typical come out for 2 or 3 plays. We got a timeout. Okay, you'll take an offensive series off, or we know we're going to run it the first 2 plays. You can manage around it. And my point isn't to do it just because you can do it. Not because you have the versatility or you prove it. And that's not it. My point is make a determination. If he is your best cornerback and he is not playing, we're not doing it right. We should have never made the trade. We should just gone and gotten a receiver and played a receiver and gone and gotten a corner and played the corner. And I know he's a top 2 receiver. I know that already. Certainly Brian Thomas Jr. has earned the respect of being the alpha dog, number 1 receiver, but who knows where Travis Hunter's game will go there. And I wonder if they're just putting on offense, because that's where you got to do all this, digestion. You got to learn this offense. On defense, you don't learn anything. There's your guy covering, bro. Now, granted, you're going to learn some concepts in this.
Right.
So, E.T., I had an epiphany like this about that offensive line when everyone was talking about 4 or 5 are coming back. And I told you, man, we're crazy. They came in and told us exactly what they're doing. This O-line stinks. We got to get better. I put the over under 1.5, and we ain't done. I still think it'll be another one. I think one of those jokers going to lose their job between now and opening day.
Who?
I don't know whether it's
options for it.
Whether it's Ezra Cleveland or one of those 2 tackles, and ain't nobody out there. The mediocrity that we've been forced to accept here dumbs down our opinion of the team, and we take the king of the dipsticks and make him a better player than he is. And if we have a rookie who starts at tackle 2 years in a row, well, he must be good, or maybe he's not. And they're going to look at that, take a hard look, and they won't be afraid because you're the new guys. There's no Trent Baalke pushing a draft pick or a contract extension. And if Fred Johnson, all 12 years in the league of him, is playing better, he'll start. Not like that. And if that same mentality of competition is there, I don't know how Travis Hunter can't start on both sides. If you're willing to play in both ways, which they've said they've been completely transparent. They're gonna, they're just using the semantics of a package here or a package there. But at the end of the day, we're 4-13. We're terrible. We traded away 2 first-rounders for this 1 first-round pick. You have to get the double barrel value, and I know we've all known that. I guess what I'm saying now is, I think he'll play. I think he's going to play basically every daggum snap.
Kind of what you said. He's going to get a couple breaks here and there.
A couple breaks.
Like everyone does. But
right,
I'm with you, man. And why not?
He's the best player available, which he's going to be.
Right.
I think you run him out there. And I think you will spend this time in camp that they just had and coming up sorting out what the load looks like.
That's right.
How much on offense, how much on defense.
And I think part of that
it's going to be big.
You can probably only plan it to a certain degree. You're going to have to go with the game and how it happens. If you have a sudden change and maybe he's just made a play on one side, you might have to. And
I think we're flying under the radar. I think we are underrated big time. I mean, that record last year, you know what? 4-13 and 6-11. It's the same stuff, dude. 7-10. It's the same. They all stink. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We lost how many games did 10. We? By 1 possession.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, we have new coordinators on both sides, new leadership. I think everything is pointing up for us big time.
I think there's more talent, especially on offense, if it's being managed right, coached right, game planned right. I've never gone further away from an opinion than I did on Doug Peterson. I went from a lot of respect, especially how he psychologically handled that locker room in the first year. They were dead and buried and somehow made a run, but it was all smoke and mirrors. And after that, he did a putrid job here. He did it as the public face of the Jaguars. He did not do a good job as a leader of men. He didn't do a good job from game planning the whole way around. I'm just shocked that he was so much worse than I thought he was when we had that 1 year. I think these young guys, they're hungry, man. They want to make a mark. They're to your point, they would be embarrassed if they don't win. Talking about hitters that are fine striking out. They don't want any strikeouts. They're not, and when you do that, I think we need to play with our hair on fire. I mean, I think we need to win every game. We need to win every play. And if that means your best player at either position isn't playing, then you probably need a new strategy.
Well, you saw last year that you can't win the whole season or go to the playoffs in the first 6 weeks of the year, but you can knock yourself out of it. And by the time we left Buffalo, that was it. It was a wrap.
Done deal.
And I've said this before that I put the one possession losses, like I put some of them aside because after 6 weeks, like you playing like a mercenary at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're kind of playing more for yourself than you had this team goal. So like Jeff said, you got to come out of the gate, and we all know that, but we haven't been able to finish, which was what made it so unique about the playoff run. Even though we threaded the needle in a way that you never want to try to do in a season and in games, we were able to finish. You could question how we started some of them, but I think we used to say, I mean, in baseball, you probably have some sort of saying in golf, is like you can't win a ball game in the first inning, but you can lose it.
Yeah, can't win a tourney on the first day, we lose it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back on the other side. I've got this list. ESPN has taken the 30 major league teams and said, identified a player they need to trade for or trade away. We kind of said that the Braves are probably just going to hedge and sit there. That's what I would do. But they need to undertake serious renovations this offseason. Daniel, I'm going to share this with you. Come back. I want to get your opinion because notorious for flying off the handle with a rapid hot take. But I'm literally down to like one or two guys on my entire team that I would keep.
I heard it. Acuna.
Yeah. And maybe Schwellenbach and maybe Drake Baldwin. And you can have anybody else on my team. None of them are worth a flip to me. Be back with more next. It's a Beach House Plumbing Wednesday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
He's the voice of the Jags, Frank Franchi. He's the Jags beat reporter. He's Carline. Get more Jags on your ride home. The Franchi Show. Afternoons on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Feeling the Florida heat? Make sure your car's AC is ready with help from Big Chief Tire. Frank Franchi here. Right now, get $50 off all AC services at any of their 5 Jacksonville locations. Whether it's a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert technicians will keep you cool and comfortable on the road. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service today and take advantage of this limited one-time offer. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at ITP Partners. We're facing interesting economic times, right? Dow goes up, Dow goes down, Dow goes up, Dow goes down. Tariffs, I can't make sense of it, but my guys at ITP Partners can. Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money, and that is a comforting thing. It's the experience, it's the expertise, it's the knowledge, and it's the openness of Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They're always there for me, right? Always there for me. And listen, 3 generations of Hickens have invested at ITP Partners, and they listen, and they give us each individualized strategies where our goals become their priority. It's a great time to get in the game. ITP Partners are always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com. Easy to get a hold of, or call 312-9751, 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
Are you living with diabetic neuropathy? That pain and numbness in your hands or feet? What about chronic knee or shoulder pain? Maybe you've tried various treatments, but they've been ineffective. Now there's a solution. Dr. Ferdinand Formoso specializes in advanced pain management and offers breakthrough neuromodulation treatments for those conditions. His innovative treatments target the source of your pain, offering relief where medications may fall short. All procedures are performed outpatient with no hospitalization required. Just a chance for you to feel and live better. If you want to learn more, Dr. Formoso is hosting free informational classes where he'll explain the benefits of neuromodulation therapies and how they can help eliminate your pain. Spaces are limited, so call to reserve your spot now with offices on the South Side, West Side, and Jacksonville Beach. Relief is possible with Formoso Spine and Joint Pain Specialists.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate, get the best guarantee in the window replacement business, save money on your new windows, and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Listen to whatever you like, whenever you want.
I like this.
1010XL on demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end. Shuttled by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
After our son's shoulder issues were worsening, we took him to see Dr. Snyder at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, who recommended PRP treatment. We trusted Dr. Snyder's evaluation and look forward to seeing him pitch again. For the right care, the best care, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and the 4th of July weekend is upon us. And I know what you're thinking. I can't start Awaken 180 weight loss because I want to eat on that long weekend. Well, guess what? You can eat hamburgers on Awaken 180 weight loss. You can eat chicken, steak, or pork, too. You can even eat lobster because you're eating real food and losing weight. More important, it's fast, easy, and safe. No chemicals in your body, no counting calories or points, or any other fad diet. I can't stress this enough. You eat real food every single day. You know what else you're doing while losing weight with Awaken 180? Eliminating pain, fitting into clothes you haven't worn in years, sleeping through the night and waking up refreshed and energized. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180, and Hacker lost more than 110. You can lose whatever you want. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely by eating real food every single day. Awaken 180 weight loss is the clear path to success without disappointment. Give them a call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we've got some NBA drama cooking here. We've getting this report. Giannis reportedly, quote, not pleased after the Bucks waived Damian Lillard. And listen, I got my Hawks apparently are in like the thick of the talks to put together a package to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so, yeah, you want to...
What kind of package are we talking about?
Put together like Jalen Johnson, Zachary Risachet, next year's top 10 pick.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to give them a couple of good players and multiple first-rounders is what it'd take to get it. And if you're the Hawks, as good as Johnson looks like he might be and Risachet was okay as the number one pick, I mean, the Hawks are what they are. They're a perennial 41-win team.
Yeah.
Go make them big moves.
What's Giannis upset about? Like he just
not picking
up James stuff. Just wants him on the team, I guess.
Did he restructure his deal?
No, gosh, no. These guys don't give any back. Yeah, Giannis has been...
LeBron just took 52 million.
I know, it's because he didn't want to hit the open market. That's why he took 52. He wanted to get his 50 and then ask for a trade is what it looks like. Am I wrong on that?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Go hit the market. You get to pick wherever you want to play.
They make a lot
He's going to get a pick where... You see what these NBA players do now? They pick where they want to play anyway.
I hate that.
He didn't want to do it without the 52, though.
They picked the coaches.
LeBron should have to end his career in Charlotte.
Hey, Matt.
He's earned it, man. He's earned his spot.
He's earned his spot.
Stand
these guys that get to pick and choose. It's not just LeBron. There's about 10 of them.
The best.
Jimmy Butler,
That's what happens when you're one of the best of all time. That's what you get.
I have the utmost respect for LeBron. He graduated in 03 the same year as me. I'm with you guys. This guy's still dunking on people.
Oh my God. Anyway, by the way, Matt, should Gator Nation be upset with you right now? Gator Golf Nation.
What did I do?
You kind of let Miles Russell get over there.
Oh, that was my fault? That was my fault?
Wow, you're the
Okay.
only Gator alone. Who else do we have?
Billy's in town.
Go
I mean,
get
it's
Billy.
kind of a big deal.
Who is playing? Did you were going to play and then it got canceled? Have you ever played with the kid?
I play with Miles, yeah.
You have
He's
played
a great
with him.
kid, dude.
Is it? Tell me tell me about him as a golfer. I mean, obviously, to do the things he's doing to score the way he is. How do you make sure? Here's what I worry about. I worry about a young kid body type changing, and can that make a difference? Is that a thing in golf? Like most juniors stay good.
Maybe a little. I'm not super worried. No,
Okay.
I'm not worried about that kid at all. He's got a great family. He's got he definitely has the tools. As far as body size, he might get a little bigger, but he's in 10th or 11th grade.
That's
Maybe
fair.
he'll hit a little bit of a growth spurt, but he hits it plenty far. Hits as far as I do. And extremely polished around the greens. Great head on his shoulders. Maybe questioning that a little bit now that he's going to Florida State, but look,
Florida's a much more esteemed
the
golf
program. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Brooks is won majors recently. So
Berger came out of FSU.
Berger,
Clanton has been on a top amateur.
Yeah, and they've got a great coach there, Trey Jones. This is a good get for
sure.
obviously Miles is a world beater.
FSU's never won a Natty.
I was a little surprised he went there.
I kind of thought he'd
though.
go to Florida.
I did too.
Yeah.
Man, maybe it's easier to write the record books at Florida State. That could be it. Definitely easier to get a degree.
I'll just keep them coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I love him.
But I mean, he's obviously he can ball.
Oh yeah.
And I think that if hopefully we assume, and I hope he has good health, like Salud, then to me it ends up being how much you can take a punch, because you'll take more punches
Especially
on the
golf.
tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Than as your peers get better. But
Still a
from
very
everything
young
I've heard,
man.
like you said,
Very young
young
still.
guy, just a young guy. He's soft spoken, smart.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he looks
gonna
like
do great.
He looks like that. He looks like your soon to be corporate
Built for
PGA
it.
golfer, just buttoned up, going to win 10 times on tour, and
Well, we got another local fella, Aaron Watson, who's probably about to go in the draft. He's a pitcher out at Trinity, and he's going to come off the board in 20 picks.
Really?
I don't think it's
top 20.
Yeah,
Who else do we have?
pick
Do we have
from
anybody
town?
else in town that'll
I think
be
it's
first round?
the ones from Fletcher, the brothers.
Where'd that guy grow
Oh,
up?
but they're
Where'd
out-
the
they're
Aaron
in
guy
college
grow
now.
up playing ball in town? The beach?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure where he grew up.
Who's the best player to come out of Jack's Beach baseball?
Jack's Beach might be like the Gamble brothers right now. Like they could ball. Like they can ball. One Ben's still playing.
They're in the bigs right now?
Ben is in AAA right now, and then Matt was minor league player of the year and played in the big leagues. He had some injuries, unfortunately.
But no, like big names out of Jack's Beach?
I mean,
I'm sure there are. I stayed on the south side.
Yeah.
We
I was
don't
over
have
in
a lot of
Inglewood.
big name major league alums, buddy. We got Daniel Murphy, we got Storm Davis, we got
Storm.
Vince Coleman.
Would Chipper go to bowls?
He bit
Yeah,
the
but
balls, but
he's
he's not
delaying.
Jack. Like
He's
he
not a
wouldn't-
Jack. You're
he
not
wouldn't
going to
have-
call him a Jacksonville guy?
Well, he didn't play. He couldn't answer the question you just asked Matt. He didn't play at Jack's Beach. He was down at
Hurley.
DeLand.
Yeah,
Billy Butler.
Billy.
Yeah.
Butler.
They're out kind of your way.
Yeah,
Well,
I played ball with Billy
Hurley
Butler.
doesn't fit the. No, he didn't play in the majors. He's drafted. He's a good player.
Yeah,
Maybe
Billy Butler would,
Billy
yeah.
Butler
Yeah,
would
Billy had a good
qualify,
career.
but
Yeah.
even I mean, take Chipper out and add up all the All Stars.
What's
I mean,
the
you
one-
got three. Vince Coleman was probably 5 or 6 time All Star, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's got.
What's the one he got? Saberhagen?
Oh, Brett Saberhagen.
He's not from here.
He's a local lad.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's not from here?
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Vince Coleman's brother was Greg Coleman, a punter in the NFL for a lot of years. Do you guys remember Greg Coleman, the punter? I think it was Vikings mainly. All right, I want to get through this list here a little bit. Okay, Daniel, I give you. I wish I could. I wish I could turn the Braves over to you for the next 4 months. Although I would be worried about you intentionally killing them.
Watch them make the playoffs
Do it
this
for
year.
them. They won't. No way. I bet. Yeah, 10-1 odds. Go ahead. How much you want to go with?
I'll take it. I'll do it right now. 10-1.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not going to root against my. I can't do that. That's just, they would do it just to screw me. If you were the Braves, what do you do? There is not a move that's going to make them any good.
You gotta. Oh man! So as you say that, the first thing I think about is I want more time. So I ask me at the All-Star break.
Okay, so we
again,
still
but,
have
like,
another, not long, but another 3 or 4 weeks.
All right, so I mean, I look at the wild card and I don't trust the fish. You know what I mean? So they're going to go away. Let's say I trust you more than the fish, and it's not so much the games necessarily as the Braves are 7 back, we'll call it. It's the teams in front of you. But I think that Cincinnati ends up going away in some capacity. I could be wrong. Arizona's going to sell. I think they're going to sell.
They're the first one. They say trade Eugenio Suarez.
So it's on an expiring contract. So he looks good in a Yankees uniform or something like that. Like he probably looks good in a Mets uniform as well too, because they have a little bit of a black hole at third base. So like you gotta understand, like as a hitter, like I'm looking for as much time as possible. You know what I mean? I'm trying to buy my time. And so really it's like y'all need to stop losing to the Angels. That's for sure.
Right.
Like
and the Marlins and the, you know.
And so as I say that out loud, right now I would look to sell your expiring contracts. What's the closer? Yeah, I would look to move
Closers, Iglesias.
Yeah, I would look to.
Anybody
I would seriously. That's where I would start, and I'm not breaking any new ground.
I'd like to unload some of these young guys we've got locked up long term. I've seen enough. I want to trade Austin Riley to some dupe that'll give me an all-star in return.
Oh, man.
I do. I'm telling you. Man.
Is it too early to quit on Austin Riley?
No,
I'm not quitting on him. I'm getting value.
Too cheap.
Yeah, whatever. I got to get something for him. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trading these guys for nothing.
I just don't. I think that the deals, as these deals start aging and they get 3 or 4 years old, like these extensions, these aren't free market. These aren't free agent contracts they sign. Like I think
fair
the value
too. But it's only valuable if you can be a playoff team. I can go pay.
You have been.
Yeah, I know, but
now.
No, I hear you.
The one that's like it's
Albies and
Harris.
Is it Seitzer? Does a hitting coach make that much of a difference?
No, not so much that they should be this unproductive, but you would like to get them, 80% of their level.
All right, we'll go through this quickly, and as teams are names that catch me, but basically this is a buyers or sellers. ESPN is defining buyers or sellers. So Arizona will be a seller. Trade away Eugenio Suarez.
And the first baseman probably too. Naylor.
In fact, he shows up later.
They got
somebody
a pitcher
else's
too,
deal.
Zach Gallen. Like they got all sorts of expired.
All right, we'll see if they show up. You got the Cardinals buyer getting Merrill Kelly. That's another D-back.
Yeah.
Rangers trade for Josh Naylor. Is that the Indian or the?
Or
the Guardian? Yeah.
No, not anymore. He got traded to the Diamondbacks.
He's the
from the Guardians.
Okay, so you nailed him too. Marlins trade away Sandy Alcantara.
I don't know if anybody wants him right now. Not for what they're willing to give up. The thing about Alcantara, is he's got another year in his deal, so it's not an expiring contract. So they'll want to wait because you can still move him in the offseason. I'm not saying they won't move him. It's just he's been getting, at least the last time I checked, he's been getting touched up. I'm sure this will say that he's been throwing the ball better.
4.8, 6.98 ERA, 2022. More importantly, results are a little better in June. 4.34 ERA, 6.89 OPS allowed.
Yeah. Getting hit.
Yeah, he's got a low swing and miss rate.
Yeah.
And he's throwing 97 and still with that low swing and miss rate.
You can't fire it out of a cannon.
All right, Royals they have as a seller. Trade away Seth Lugo, boy. So there'd be a lot of people after him.
Yeah, they would be. Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting into the Dodgers, Blue Jays, Guardians. Trade away the closer. Phillies get that closer from the Guardians. Baltimore goes into seller mode. Rhino Hearn is the name to keep hearing.
Yeah,
there.
we have the same agent. I actually got a chance to talk with him on the phone when he was in New York with our agency. He'll be a real good one because he's left-handed. He'll get the platoon advantage, and so he'll be.
All right, it's official. For the first time in a decade, the Braves go into the seller category. They suggest trading away Marcell Ozuna. Braves beat the Mets 5 out of 7 in June, sparked some comeback talk, remain 8 games under 500, one of 5 NL teams, more than 5 games out of the wild card. Still time, Fangraphs gives them a 23% playoff odds. Are you crazy? Hard to wave the white flag with Sale, Schwellenbach, and Strider leading the rotation. See, Sale has gotten hurt since then.
Yeah.
Which makes it even worse. So.
It's a reasonable argument because if you get in, if you can make it in.
And Sale comes back.
Well, you got the starting pitching to make some real noise. Yeah. So it feels like a hedge.
The offense has been so weak. This pitching's been good enough. The Braves pitching has been good enough to be 5-6 over 500.
Especially, being able to hold it together while Strider was out. Like it just
good enough. It's a very, very frustrating team to watch.
It was like it was a hole at shortstop too, right?
Nick Allen is terrible. I mean, everybody wants. Who's the other guy? Arcia gone, but quite frankly, he's better than Nick Allen. Looks like a dadgum high school sophomore that got the call up at fantasy camp. Gets to play shortstop every night for the Braves. Decent defender. I mean, you could get all of his at bats this year and have a way more productive season. Right now, sight unseen.
I got the platoon advantage at least.
I will give you Nick Allen's 3 at bats tonight against the Angels and guarantee that you would have more success than he will. And I'll take you cold right out of this chair.
You're a good friend.
All right, we'll come back.
What does that mean, platoon advantage?
So
for lefties?
Yes, 75% of the world throws right-handed. Yeah. So whenever they throw, like I'm left-handed, so I get to stick my nose.
So like most like long-term middle relievers are lefties usually.
No, they're mostly righties because most people are right-handed. But it's I'm going to see less left-handed pitching because there just not as many of them exist.
Mhm.
And you think of it too
Like
as
Brad Hand.
Yeah,
would be a good one.
Yeah, my face, Brad.
Yeah.
But
you wear him out?
I wouldn't say I didn't wear them out. I have some base hits, but like right-handed breaking balls are going to break into me.
Yeah.
Like you're not.
Yeah, no, I
there's gonna
understand that
be-
part,
There's going to
yeah.
be nothing. Like I don't have nearly as much fear when I face a right-handed pitcher as I do a lefty, and because I've just seen more of it, and so I call it the platoon advantage. I don't understand how right-handed hitters do it. Like I'm about to go celebrate David Wright's number getting retired in New York, and I was like, I don't know how you stuck your nose in there for 15 years because I only had to do it 1 quarter of the time.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how I look at the game. Like if you're going to go down, I want to go down with the left-handed hitter as best I can.
All right, we get to hear from the experts and the pros today. Matt Every, two-time PGA Tour winner. Daniel Murphy, three-time MLB All-Star. I'm just a dude here sitting in front of the mic. All right, it's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. We put a wrap on it next here on 1010XL.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. It's the way the game was meant to be heard. Raw, real, and right in your ear.
Right side coming! Touchdown!
Feel the energy on 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Frank Franzi here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville's full of memorable sports moments. Remember Tiger Woods' 60-foot putt on the iconic 17th? Gary Coate called it better than most. Better than most. Well, Coil Fencing is better than most. They're better than all. Coil has been that for nearly 100 years. So if you're in the market for a new fence, I recommend calling Coil & Sons today. That's at 904-356-4821 or visit coiljacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com.
Hey, it's Joe C. When was the last time you flushed out your water heater? Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan. So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right. Dan, I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Registration is now open for the Circle K Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament. With over $450,000 in cash and prizes, fun starts on July 13th with the inaugural Kickoff Beach Tournament that has a $50,000 cash first place prize. There's also a junior offshore tournament and one for the lady anglers. Best of all, the winner of the General Offshore Tournament takes home a Contender 28T with twin Yamaha 200s. Register today at kingfishtournament.com.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. Get summer ready with 25% off select Stanley drinkware. Get 20% off Igloo coolers and water bottles and select bog bags. Buy one, get one 50% off DSG coolers, canopies, chairs, and water bottles. $200 off Callaway AI smoke irons and TaylorMade QI10 drivers. These deals won't last. Stock up for summer now, in-store or online at Dicks.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web, precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On July 2nd, 1995, the LA Dodgers pitcher Hito Nomo was named the first Japanese player to be selected in an MLB All-Star game.
Tired of wrestling with your shower curtain like it's a fight for the last slice of pizza? Ditch the drama and say hello to a smooth, stylish glass shower enclosure from Baker Glass. Wago Glass is clean, elegant, and makes your bathroom look huge and brighter. Give your shower a makeover and feel like you're in a spa without the price tag. I'm Mac at Baker Glass. Call me and get ready to love your new shower. Let's make your shower great again. Remember, Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit Bowden.com for a free screening. Bowden Associates, keeping the first coast focused.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
I think he's been super open about it, that Liam plans to involve Travis on offense and defense. I think in our off-season activities already early in minicamp, and we've seen Travis work on both sides, and really he's been very impressive on both sides. And it's very early, but I think he's got a great group of coaches to work with on both sides of the ball. So we're really excited about it. And I think Liam's talked about it a good amount, that he really believes Travis can contribute on offense and defense.
Yeah, I'm going with this one now. This is the defense. There's going to be a lot more defense than I think we're thinking. I don't think it's starting receiver and going to come down on third down.
Don't
come
hate
in a nickel package.
Don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the best cornerback on the team, and I would suggest that he is right now. He's the best. He's won
Look,
the Heisman
if there
Trophy.
is any physical issue there, like him, like what I mean by that is him getting tired, then why the heck not, dude? I mean, you got to take advantage of it while he's young.
And we have, in fairness, we have stated that as just allowing him to play both ways. I want to take it a step further. Now I want him to play all the time both ways until you learn that. And I don't think that point comes. Listen, it's a taxing sport. It's grueling. It's very physical. But what you don't do is go out on the field and start at the goal line and for the next hour sprint back and forth without stopping. It's a stop and start game. I mean, you're going to be able to keep his. It's the physicality probably we need to be worried about. That shot he took over the middle, that hip he landed on the defensive play. That's probably more than like cardiovascular or being sore. I don't think he's going to be sore.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about him on that front either.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like some guys know how to take hits, and they're like Gumby. They're so skinny, you can't break.
Devontae Smith's like that. He gets lit up and he's never hurt.
Yes.
I was wondering, to that point, that as much as he played in Colorado both ways, those are hits that he's learned how to take and
that's
still
true
be on the
too.
field. And to the second one is, well, up there in Denver, that's where we send our Olympic athletes to train.
That's
so,
right.
Like I think from a cardiovascular
Exactly.
standpoint.
Yeah, and we talked about that earlier too. Obviously, this guy's in tremendous shape because of not only what he did at college, but what he did at altitude in college. The conversation we were having about local baseball players wasn't to either eliminate or voice every single guy who's come from here. There's a lot of guys in the league right now. I'm not saying that. We were talking about former All-Stars that Jacksonville has produced, but we have left out a few of those. Jonathan Papelbon.
Sorry, Pat, former
Should have
teammate.
been
Live in Mississippi now, but sorry.
So, Jonathan Papal, Howie Kendrick, who's technically not
World Series
Jacksonville. I
All-Star.
guess it is, though, Nassau
Playing
County.
him in Nassau.
So, Howie Kendrick is another one. And then some of the old school guys, we talked about Storm Davis. Glenn Davis was a very good player at one point. I think that he and Storm, played together at UC back in the day. So, there's more. There's a bunch. Austin Slater's in the league. We've got a bunch in the league, but we were more talking about guys that had a little bit longer and, all-star kind of level impact. Well, what you boys got going on in your life? What are we doing today? Baseball.
Family.
Where are we at in baseball? Season over? Are we in the summer?
Yeah, we're in the summer.
You went family camping last week. It's kind of a dude ranch.
It was horses.
You've been before?
Yeah, I have.
Same exact one, or do y'all pick a different one?
Same place, Estes Park.
How many years in a row is this?
That's 2.
So last year was the first.
Just outside of Denver in Colorado. They put me on the back of a horse. City slicker.
First time?
Second. Last year was the first time. This exact
You
camp.
grew up in Jacksonville. Ever getting on a horse?
No. I spent my time at the Sandlot.
Where's your family? Where are your?
My people are from Kentucky. My mom likes
Kentucky,
horses,
Ohio,
horse
right?
country, and my wife grew up riding horses.
I was going to say, how do you not ride a horse, having Kentucky roots and living in Jacksonville?
Because
do you not like horses? Do you not enjoy it?
I don't.
Do they frighten you? What is it about the experience?
It's just like Sherlock Holmes says in his movie. It's like they're dangerous at both ends and crafty in the middle. It's about the best explanation.
I think that horses should have stopped being ridden whenever we had discovered bicycles and cars. It's a very uncomfortable way to get around.
We went trotting.
They're not comfy at all.
I'm bouncing all over the place.
So sore the next day.
If you're a man, you're not bouncing, up and down on your toes either. You feel me? I mean, it's not a fun thing. I'm not necessarily. I've been on horses too many times. I
can trail ride.
I don't
but
like
this thing
them.
gets
They're
to
no
trotting,
fun.
and I got.
And buddy,
no
if you ever
chance.
get on one with just a blanket, or just the back
blanket.
of it, yeah,
my goodness,
you better put I need one, and you need to have almost a compartment, if you know what I mean. Protect the boys. It gets a little.
We know what you mean.
What about you? When am I going to defy all your confidences and go full bore with all your exciting news coming?
Oh, you got it. I'm working the deer this week.
Okay.
The 5th major, some might call it.
Yeah.
The classic up there in the Quad Cities.
I meant to ask you today. You probably played the deer.
Dude, I got a lot of history. At the deer.
Think I've heard some stories about you and the deer.
Yeah.
I think right. So I was right. I did remember that
priors at the
correctly.
deer.
You do have priors at deer. Some of the bad boy image of was maybe born and played out, and the deer.
Yeah, and going to the Keys next week. After that,
look at you.
My boy's gonna be a teenager next week.
Your son?
Yeah.
Are you 13 already?
13, I know.
I think he was more like 9 or 10 years old.
I wish
because
he was
when we first started.
I wish he was.
Oh yeah, now it's about to get fun. Yeah, it's about to get fun for you. All right. Well, I appreciate you both.
Yeah, man.
Jacksonville loves you. You're just honorary Guggen Nation Kings is what you are. All right, E. Introduce
now
just a
the
regular old guy.
2-minute drill on 1010XL.
All right, now Mike is in here. Mike Dempsey's in here for
Nobody loves
Jaguars
me.
today. I know. Me either.
It's okay. No, it's true.
No, same with me.
Very true.
Yeah, same
except
with
for
me.
Matt Avery.
Yeah, they
except
love
for
you.
Matt.
They both love you. I love you, Mike. You know that. We're all good.
Yeah,
I'm the same. I'm the same.
I'm okay. I mean, I wasn't upset by it.
No, of course not. I thought it was.
I bring it on myself.
Sure. Well, no. I mean, I said the same thing about myself. So there we go. What you got coming up today, more important?
Today we'll listen into what Tony Khan had to say on the Rich Eisen show about Travis Hunter and the 2025 Jags. But one thing we're going to do today, I think it's a kind of more a referendum on how you feel about the current players on this team. But we're going to take 4 of the cornerstone great players of this franchise, Tony, obviously Fred, Jimmy, and Mark Brunell, and talk about if you could add one of those guys for just this year in their prime, who would move the needle the most for this year? And, it's interesting with, can a left tackle make that big of an impact in one season, that kind of thing? Or,
it's down to only because of what they currently have at those positions. It's less, but it would be between Fred and Tony. For me, my answer would be between Fred and Tony. But
I think for a lot of people, it's going to be that. Honestly, I'm curious though, because there are some Trevor detractors out there.
I think Trevor, even with the state of the game, even in his down years, plays about like Brunell did.
Okay,
and not a huge, So, I mean, at least for me, again, I'm on a different page maybe than some on that anyway. He would be the last one that I would select. But again, you also, Jimmy, in fairness now, Jimmy, Fred, and Tony all play to a much higher level than Mark. compared to the league, compared to history, compared to any measure we want to use. The 3 best players production-wise in Jaguars history unequivocally.
Sure, but you look at like
3.
Jimmy and you feel like you've got
receivers,
pretty good receivers,
exactly. That's right.
and things
I
like
just don't know if our former quarterback was an MVP or and I love
Pro
Mark.
Bowl MVP.
But I love Mark, but if you look at the numbers, you would probably be a bit surprised.
I know the numbers.
Yeah.
Trust
Not
me.
you. I mean, the listener. All right, Jaguars Today is coming up next. Then a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday here on 1010XL.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Drink a beer, sing a song.